In fact, we're live right now.
Good.
Yo!
Yo, what up? It's your boy. No, let's not do that. But I say, what is going on, my frosty friends? My name is Wintercast. Welcome back to what is going on? Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful day, but it's time for some more Discord Dungeons and Dragons with the Solaires. Say hi, guys.
Hello!
Hi guys.
Hello. Yeah.
What up? It's your boy, Skinny Penis.
Oh God.
Careful about using hello. It'll sneak into your vocabulary every day. I've watched it happen to people.
Hello.
What?
Hello.
Hello.
I
Yes,
said
don't-
hello, but whatever you say.
No,
Just-
I swear that Winter said hello.
Hello. Because
Hello, everybody.
because wuv.
Oh.
Wuv. Bless you. You either know the joke or you
As I do.
How the
hello.
fuck did they die?
But I say, don't worry, Courage. We all love you, even though you're in a really shitty situation.
Yeah. Courage is the true underdog.
Damn right.
Oh, shit.
Turn the slab.
I forgot that they
suffer
made
the
a live action
consequences.
underdog. That
Oh, have you guys ever played that game?
What?
There was
Okay.
there was a game on like I don't remember if it was on Game Jolt or on Itch.io, but it was basically like Return the Slab episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh no, I
No.
hadn't. I need to look that up.
Oh, it's a very short game. It's very fun. I enjoyed it. It was it was from the same guy who made I think it was like 3 a.m. at the Krusty Krab.
Oh god.
I definitely will have to look that up.
It was a fun game. Like they took like actual like sound effects from the show and everything. So like literally, if you went out, all you heard is "Return the slab or suffer the consequences." It's like I love that episode.
Yeah.
God, that show was messed
Courage-
up at times.
Courage is not for children.
No,
It's for children.
but
No, it
Yeah.
never should have been for children. But unfortunately,
It was-
especially at that time, it was still.
unless you were
If
very
animated, it's for
naughty.
kids.
It
Oh.
was for me, children.
Oh, Sam.
Oh yeah.
But to say, as a kid who loved horror movies and horror shows and everything as a kid, and still does now, looking back at Courage, like it is nightmare fuel, and I love it.
Agreed. Definitely.
Ow,
agreed.
ow. Oh my god, we got a cobra? Holy shit.
Alright, who's ready for Discord Dungeons and Dragons?
Discord Dungeons and Dragons.
Discord Dungeon and Dragon.
Yo, I'm going to summon
Except-
Baby Dragon.
Except we haven't been in a dungeon.
Or seen a dragon in a while.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys chose not to
I
go.
mean, we saw a dragon, but he was chill.
Yeah, he was cool. But to say, you guys killed the dragon not that long ago.
Oh, did we kill a dragon?
You guys killed an adult white dragon that was controlling Pegland.
That was a while ago, Winston.
It wasn't that, okay, it was a while ago, but that's still not the point.
It also
Long
dummied
way.
one of our NPCs.
So what you're saying is more dragons. I'll write that down.
Exactly.
More dragons. Gotta get
We'll befriend one, and Blue will seduce it.
and then Blue will not be able to leave because he'll be part of the dragon's horde.
Yep.
Nah, he'll be part of my horde.
Listen here, I have to have a horde of dragons.
Exactly.
Man, really,
If they belong to me, what they have also belongs to me.
man, that's a real Giga Chad moment right there, you know, when you collect a horde of dragons. Alright.
God,
Yep.
I was about to say something terrible.
Calm down,
Oh,
Tiny.
oh.
Calm down.
Don't
Let's pull it back.
group of dragons be called.
That
A wing. A flight.
I kind of like a dread of dragons.
a dread of dragons, maybe, or a conclave of dragons.
Conclave. Yeah, I agreed.
It'd probably be a conclave.
I think Matt Mercer did it best when he created the Chromatic Conclave.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
I say, gotta give the guy credit.
Dragons don't exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragons don't exactly.
Nope.
Get together very often.
No, they don't. They are very territorial. They don't like other dragons being on their turf. Well, I mean, when you...
They're married to that other dragon.
Yeah, that's true. Or, like, you know, if they're raising baby dragons. But it's one of those things where it's like, there's only enough food for so much.
True. It would take a very good situation for dragons to like to get together.
Exactly. It would be very much... It would be very tricky to have a bunch of dragons be in close proximity and still have enough food. Unless they start eating the population.
True, but even then that would probably last only a very short while.
It's true. But, regardless, let's talk about what happened last time on Dungeons and Dragons. The Solaires, after they have chartered a boat, chartered a ride on the boat, specifically the ship, the Drunken Prayer, Captain Barnabas offered to take you guys from Atharia to Oshana to help with Alosa with her family issues in the country of Oshana. Oh, and also to prevent it from going to the bottom of the ocean. Seems kind of important. Along the way, the party has learned about some of the ongoing situation that's happening in the archipelagos. Learned some of the things that have been happening in the ocean since you guys, this whole broken skull abyssal situation has been happening. And
Man, that cobra. Sorry.
it's all good. But I say, learning that the island of Oshana is suffering from, the impact of this cult known as the Neo-Naga. Unfortunately, the party is just unaware of what all is going on in the, on the continent. But, that being said, though, as the party tried to rest on their second night, they were awoken and attacked by a group known as the Echo. Apparently a group of smugglers and black market dealers who were trying to go after Dame for one reason or another. Apparently a bad deal gone wrong. But through well-played combat, very smart tactics, and a very lucky rock golem, the party was able to successfully defeat the Echo and even take a couple people captive. But now we're going into day 3 as the party is kind of taking it easy. Some are, anyways. And I will ask this question: what would you guys like to do?
Pardon me.
I'd like to check on Fine if I could.
Absolutely,
Let's go check on Vine.
absolutely. As you guys go to check on Bine, he is still asleep. And but I say, Dame, why don't you go ahead and roll me a nature check?
Just a moment.
Absolutely.
What was that?
He's still
I forgot to pull up my
right?
character sheet.
Any magic coming off of him?
No magic.
Oh yeah, you forgot. There's an abyssal aboleth just hanging around somewhere.
Oh, did I forget to mention that? Sorry.
No.
Oh yeah, that's big information.
Oh,
Yeah.
guys, it's not that big a deal. Come on.
Abyssal aboleth.
Nah,
Two words that should never even think to encounter each other.
no, I think it's fine.
The only way it could be worse is maybe if it was an abyssal. What is the dragon mind flare?
Oh,
It was a nature
yeah, nature check.
plus 0. That's gonna be a nat 20.
A nat 20. You are double checking Bine and really kind of going over him. You have raised hippogriffs. You've helped take care of them. You know their natural behaviors, and you're just kind of recalling everything, all of your training, doing all the checks and everything that you would to make sure that they're doing okay. But then you kind of open up Bine's mouth a little bit, and you see some powder. And as you kind of you kind of just take the edge of your gauntlet and just kind of get that powder off of his beak. It does. You kind of just kind of take a whiff. You recognize this stuff. This is a chemical that's typically used. It's typically a chemical that works like a tranquilizer. But it's
So
it's stuff that
he'll be good in a couple hours.
He'll be good in a couple hours. This was basically to keep him from talking.
Yeah.
But hippogriffs have a decent perception check.
Yeah. I'll just like try to scrape out as much of it as I can and then leave him be.
Absolutely. I just assume you take, like, no rolls necessary. You take the time to actually, like, flush out his beak and make sure that there's no residue left in his mouth. It doesn't take you very much to figure out. More than likely, when he was fed last, they probably slipped it into his food.
Yeah.
He's fine. It'll cycle through his body.
Yep.
The nature check is more the nature check was more along the lines if you could figure out, like, oh, it was the powder, like this powder, it must have just been mixed in rather than like anything else.
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, I would have made you do a medicine check to see if they had like injections and stuff like that. But yeah, no, Tiny, to answer your question on the magic, no magic would have came off of them. They used it the old-fashioned way, using an actual, like, plant that exists in nature. Drugs! But,
Man,
oh, go ahead.
they said they'd do drugs with me.
I mean,
Now I have no one to do drugs with.
damn it, no! Herma.
Yes.
Did you specifically want to continue what you were working on that you made the rolls for, or would you rather rescind that to work on something else?
What I made.
You gonna continue with what you were working on?
Yep.
Okay, just wanted to verify because you never know, because a whole encounter happened. So with that being said, with the checks you made, you are literally making work, like you are double timing on like copying down basically you've already come up with a pretty basic, formulaic like alignment of arcane runes to implement the anti-scry capabilities. Right now you're just kind of coming down to deciding like which the level of runic capabilities you're going to need in order to make it work for an infernal item.
Right.
But as far oh, go ahead.
You can finish with him. I just got a question.
Oh, absolutely. I was just basically I was just giving Herma his answer since he already made his rolls. Basically, you are making headway. A lot of progress is already being made in this short time. It helps that you are at this point at level 15, quite the remarkable artificer.
Yeah.
And so basically, right now it's coming along the amount of time it's taking for you to come up with the like proper runes to use to keep the infernal enchantments from like outsourcing, like a beacon. You get the sense you'll figure it out. It's just a matter of time. And as far as it goes for the I try to remember that you were working on the enchantment for that. The other part of the project you were working on, please remind me.
The eye shield using the Fomorian eye.
Right. You were able to successfully lay the eye into the shield. You still need to do a bit of work to make sure that there is like essentially a metallic flap to make sure that the eye isn't constantly exposed. But
Right.
as far as the base lay work to make sure that the eye will stay put and that it like flows seamlessly, already you have it set in the proper framework. Basically, you get the feeling like, oh, I could probably get this done in like the next like day or two.
Okay.
But it's like you with a 37, you really you're really getting work done.
Right. Okay, that was all.
Absolutely. But I say, Tiny, you had a question?
Yes, once Blue had that guy hypnotized and pretty much had him completely stripped before putting him into the cell, and I was too tired to figure out his items before going to bed. What did he have?
Okay. But I say, did you write down the items specifically?
You did not tell me.
I'm pretty confident I told you which. The drugged character. Okay, sorry, my bad.
The drugged
I was like, I'm pretty confident you told me that, but it's like, oh yeah, that's right. You stripped the guy that you captured. Oh, okay. So the items he has.
No.
So he has.
I got the,
Oh, go ahead.
I got the stuff from the guy that melted, but the drug guy.
Okay. That I apologize for my confusion. That's my bad. But I say. That being said, so on the guy that you were able to hypnotize and capture, but I say he does have 3 items. The rest, I'll tell you the generic items first. He would have a base dungeoneering pack on him. He would have navigation tools. And he is carrying a small pouch of 10 coins. But the coins are weird. They are this, but I say the coins are gold, and gold is gold. It'll still serve a purpose no matter. But it's odd because this gold coin has like a square hole in the center. Kind of looks like if I had to make a comparison, it's like the currency from Avatar: The Last Airbender, like how like the earthbending money looks kind of odd.
Yeah, it's a circular coin with a square hole, but the sides and around the coin are a bit jutted out.
Exactly. But I say it's still gold. You get the sense that more than likely it'll be honored no matter where you take it, but it's still odd looking.
It's a different country's coin.
Bingo. So now we get on to
Alright.
now let's get on to the weird items. The first thing you find is a rather peculiarly colored feather. It you can see you can see magic coming off of it with your magic eyes. Like it's a what would be the school of magic for this? I assume it would just be
I
like
might just identify it.
Oh, okay. So you cast identify. It is a quill of writing. Basically, if you utter if you utter a command word, and you start talking to the quill, it will start automatically writing for you. Oh,
She wants to. Want to explain what this is?
hold on one second, guys.
Okay.
Ah.
Sorry about that, guys. My daughter decided to experiment with something, and it didn't taste terrible, but at the same time, it needs a little spice to it.
Jesse
A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper.
Exactly.
Jack.
Hmm?
Jesse said we could also probably do it with pepper jack.
Essentially, my daughter decided to do try to do like the instant mac and cheese, but rather than like mixing it with actual cheese sauce, they decided to mix it with like Colby Jack cheese and actually melt it right on the mac and cheese.
Ooh.
It's not bad. It kind of tastes like Noodles and Company. If any of you guys have ever tried Noodles and Company, but in my opinion, it's pretty light. Like it could use some spice to it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe like
That's
half
pretty
the
much-
package kind of a deal.
Tiny, it comes full circle. We were just talking about how mac and cheese needs spice.
Yeah. We were just talking about mac and cheese.
We really were.
Okay, I put
I
garlic
did
in
ask
my
if
mac
they
and
needed any
cheese,
pepper.
and it's great.
Oh,
They're like, no.
Fine.
nice.
I put garlic and crushed red pepper flakes.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Get the red pepper flakes in there.
Jesse said,
I don't know if you guys have this in America, but in Canada we have spice mixes, so it's like
Ooh.
pre-mixed spice.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
we get those sometimes.
Yeah, I use garlic plus.
Oh, that's fair. The thing is, I've worked in restaurants up here in the north, and we do use stuff like that. We actually have used some of that for like certain powders that we mix in with some of our like. Back when I used to work at a pizza joint, we used to mix that into. We used to use spice packs specifically for making the crust, because it adds an interesting flavor to it. But anyways,
Yeah.
we're getting off topic.
Sorry.
No, you're fine, my love.
Sorry.
You're fine, my love. I promise. But yes, Blue, you would know that this is a quill of writing. Basically, if you utter its command word and you speak directly to the quill will write things for you.
Does it say what its command word is?
Because I'm gonna say because it's a low like enchantment. You get the sense you can figure it out. I'll be nice because it's like, you know what I mean? I could just see Blue spending an hour muttering random words.
I'll just kill the guy and make him change it. Fine.
Yeah, we'll say for the sake of brevity you can, just because it's a low enchantment, you know. The second item that you find, that is worth like, kind of looking at, it's not his armor, but it's what's on his armor that seems a bit odd. because you can't detect any magic off of it, but like you really look at the armor and you're seeing these weird runes that's like carved directly into his armor.
It's magic, but I can't see the magic.
Yes. But
Ah.
you get the sense that this might be a project for Henrik to work on, just because of the fact that it's a bit complicated. There's layers of this, but
This
I would
is more rune craft than
exactly.
enchantment.
I would say that Blue would be intelligent to know that more than likely there must be some kind of anti-magic enchantment on like in as far as like runes go.
This could probably help Henrik
Possibly.
with his gun.
Possibly. The third thing that's
I'm gonna show him that.
absolutely. The third thing that you find on his body that is worth looking at is you find basically a what would be the proper term for this? You find a stone, but rather than it being like a sending stone, because you're used to how sending stones work, it's a stone that has a symbol of the echo on it. You get the sense that this thing has enchantment magic on it.
I'm gonna, I guess, identify it.
Absolutely. Let me pull up my notes for this item because I don't mind me.
Blue loses an arm. It's enchantment, not explosion.
It's fine.
It gives him magic sickness. Good.
Good. 1 second. I apologize. I'm just taking 1 second. Because I gotta pull up my proper notes. I'm pretty confident I remember
two
what this
things
does.
I could give him now. Well, three. I could give him the quill of writing.
That's right. Oh, I forgot because you caught him.
Yeah, I caught him.
Yeah, I know, but I forgot that he had this. But I say because man.
Huh?
So it is. Oh, everything good?
Being loud.
Makes sense. I was just making sure because all of a sudden it was like, what? But I say, Tiny, this is a stone. This is a stone that has been modified to hold a spell. You've seen stuff like this before. It's the same way like how your Ion Stone or your or how the Ring of Spell Storing works. But this is kind of a one-time use where like you basically they're like, we need a spell to attach to something. A rock. Here you go. Does that make sense?
It's a thing artificers can do.
Yeah, and this item is a one-use item. It is a stone of modify memory. Basically, basically what this stone does, if you like kind of mold your magic through it, you can use it to cast the spell modify memory once.
Oh.
Is it my DC, set DC?
It would be a set DC of 18.
Okay. 1.
It is a complicated piece of work. You don't necessarily know if it could be duplicated. Possibly could. I mean, Henrik is a very smart individual, but you would probably need somebody who knows how to use the spell in order to copy it again.
Yeah.
But that being said, though, you do happen to have this item with a one-time use.
Blue has a lot of one-use things like that that are useful as hell.
Tiny has been farming non-attunable items.
Yeah, that's kind of his addiction.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you have your attunement items. Now you just want things to play with.
I want things to play with, and that other people can't have.
Fair, completely fair.
I have this metal of muscle. One time use, I get buff.
I get buff. Dude, I totally buff.
Okay, Blue's gonna go to Henrik's lab.
Absolutely. I assume Henrik is just busy at work, and he at this point in the day, he's probably currently laying the Fomorian eye into a shield.
Correct.
Knock, knockity, knock, knock.
Oh man.
I just comes in. Hey, I got like a lot of stuff for you.
Oh. What?
Okay, just gonna set down a weird looking arm piece, a quill of writing, and a an armor set. This arm piece is arm piece of kinetic energy. When someone were to hit you, you can take the damage that they did, pretty much half the amount that they did, and then spend it back in your next attack. It'd be good for Garnan or just anyone, but it's kind of brittle, and whoever made it's kind of I guess a bitch. I be good if you were to have it. Maybe you can work it, make sure it doesn't break as easily.
Okay.
This quill of writing, since you like taking notes all the time, and you don't exactly have four arms, when you say its command words, it pretty much just writes down everything you say.
Oh.
That way you can take your notes while working.
Yeah, that's useful. Alright, and the armor?
This armor, it is and isn't magical, which is weird. The runes on this apparently, well, I think they detect magic. Pretty much runes of anti-magic. And since you've been kind of working up on that gun, I think this would help since it's blocking out any magic that's inside of it, like lead.
Okay. Alright, thank you.
You're welcome.
Was there anything else needed?
Just gonna kiss him.
He will return the
You
favor.
nearly died last fight, so we're gonna relax later, okay?
Sure.
You just get a wink as he leaves.
Okay.
I just like the thought of like the moment Blue walks away, Henrik is just like, okay, now where was I? Oh yeah, okay. So the eyepiece, I gotta make sure the retinas are still intact and going into and just very like a mumble worker, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
But to say, how would Henrik would go about doing that? Would it just be like just taking the time to study the enchantments, or just cast the spell?
The spell.
Absolutely. And with in casting the spell, this is specifically the piece that you got off the guy.
The piece that Blue handed me.
So this would be this is essentially an armament of kinetic energy. You get the sense that when attached to, you can just attach that to an armor piece. No attunement required for this. However, how it works essentially is that if you would take a physical blow, bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing, you can lift up the arm as a reaction and half the damage. But the problem is that it seems to be mimicking like the prosthetic that you have. And essentially, like it's a poor attempt at like basically trying to adapt it. and essentially it has a 25% chance of breaking if you use the ability.
Yeah.
It's
It was a mage, sure, it was smart, but it was kind of like botched.
yeah, basically, and I'll say this above him because of the fact that Henrik would be smart enough to be able to piece this together. Age of the Magi technology is very hard to replicate. Even with Henrik's level of intelligence and experience, you would be hard pressed to try to imitate the same levels of magic in a short period of time. You would need to like take years to actually study the level of these enchantments and how to best be able to imitate them. Basically like aping somebody else's performance. You would need time to study it and actually be able to make it your own. Whoever did this is smart. Like they were able to imitate it to an extent, but like basically like an apprentice trying to copy their master, it's subpar in comparison to the original.
Right. So this is just like basically a shoddier version of the thing I have equipped right now.
Yes, it's a kind of a shoddier version. Still useful. The fact that the thing doesn't need attunement in itself is quite impressive, and the fact that you can basically like if say for example you were hit by like a massive like, even like if a boulder came to strike you, this armament could absorb some of that kinetic energy. It's just the fact that it's breakable is the problem.
Right. Okay.
Just needed to be made better.
Basically, I mean, this kind of like piece of technology, Henrik over time could easily adapt and change.
So what he's going to do is he's going to first. Is the quill attunement or no?
No, the quill is not attunement.
Okay, so what's the command word?
I'm just gonna say it. Stop.
Stop.
Yeah. Like a period when people were doing fucking
Oh,
Calligraphy?
whatever.
like the fucking
Oh, you
typewriter,
mean,
like the typewriter.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Stop.
So he's going to have the magic quill.
I know what you mean, and it's driving me nuts right now.
He's going to have the magic quill.
Telegrams.
Wow, we said it at almost the same time.
Go on, Herma.
Sorry.
He's going to have the magic quill start a new page in his journal, and it's going to be rune replication.
Absolutely.
And he's going to write down all of the runes transcribed in that arm for later use.
Absolutely. It does take you time, obviously. Like, even though, like, you're basically explaining how all the runes, I assume, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, essentially Henrik is taking the time to explain to the quill, like, the various different, like, runic carvings and how they, in the specific order that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. But as easily done. As you're working, you literally can just speak, and the quill will start to imitate exactly your words, one for one.
Yeah.
It's a nice little magic item, you know?
Mm-hmm. So he's going to have that go down so that he can think about it later.
Absolutely. All right. So we got you working on that, Henrik. Blue, was there anything else you were going to work on today, or?
Didn't we like just wake?
Yeah, this is like, well, because you guys woke up super early in the morning, and then you ended up having to you guys ended up sleeping into the afternoon, so it's like noon, 1 o'clock right now.
Who's gonna go check on the captain?
Upon checking on the captain, you do find Knackle, basically hanging out with the captain as he's like trying to go like, I got stuff to do, and he's like, unfortunately, you'll have to stay put. You have hurt your leg quite extensively, and I'm here to make sure that it stays put to be better. Hello, friend Blue. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing
Are you in any
better
need
than
of
him,
healing?
I guess. I'm good physically. Just kind of flexes.
You do indeed seem to be in quite good shape. And how are you mentally handling the situation? It was quite straining.
I'm honestly getting used to it. This is like at the fourth, fifth time we've been woken up by being stabbed.
To my understanding, you were not asleep when you were attacked.
Well, I wasn't, but you got.
He just kind of like scratches his chin for a moment, which just sounds like metal on metal. Just. That is a good point. I will need to make sure that I keep better watch when I am in my rest mode.
Yeah, don't. It's fine. They were invisible, and not only were they invisible, but they were wearing items that hid their invisibility, which. Fuck.
I agree. It does indeed suck. Well, in the meantime,
You use words like that.
is there something I can help you with, Blue? Do I need to be? If I need it at the helm, do I need to get up?
Honestly, we're just kind of waiting for the our crew to get here.
Hmm.
Since we lost our helpers and a lot of your crew kinda
Don't remind me.
help their souls pass on, but it's still sad.
Indeed. Well, they're with they're with Zaratan now, and they're back in the cycle, so I can't complain too much.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
I'm more concerned with all
We're
you.
just gonna. Why are you concerned about us?
Well, I'd be plumb fucking scared if a bunch of pretty smart and intellectuals were able to break into a ship and catch you off guard.
I got sloppy.
Hmm.
Thought I could just trust them.
To be fair, you guys did have your suspicions of them early on. I just try, but
Well, I mean, Garnan did, but he decided not to tell anyone.
yeah, well, fucking hey, not here to defend yourself.
Exactly.
Take that, showed you.
It's fine. We got rid of them for now, but they'll be back, and we'll be stronger.
I doubt they'll be getting back on the ship, though. It'd be very impressive if they could.
Back on the ship, no. Well, I mean, they could. They very well might have written down the teleportation circle that's in the lower part of the ship and sent it to their people.
They didn't. Better say the alarm would have went off if any of them went in there.
Good.
Have
you told your mage yet?
Yes, he is aware. Apparently, one of his sigils did go off. Apparently, one of those Echo members are having some fun in the plane of Earth.
What? That's
above game. Yeah, no, you remember how you went and saw that circle that seemed to have a rune missing?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a protective rune on the teleportation circle that anybody unwelcomes tries to get close. They have to make a saving throw. If they fail, they get planar shifted into the realm of Earth.
Have fun, I get it.
Well, he was quickly apprehended. There was no way he was going to escape the realm of Earth.
Knuckles, is he allowed to drink?
Unfortunately, he needs to stay hydrated. But alcohol acts as a blood thinner and can be quite dangerous.
True. I'm still allowed to drink though. Where's the fucking infinite bottle?
You easily just grab your infinite bottle and just start drinking.
Ugh,
Yeah, above game,
fuck.
Barnabas is very protective of that teleportation circle. As I said, it's one of 3 that is actually able to be moved.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they ain't taking risks with that.
With random helping hands.
Mm-hmm. It also has an illusion magic that makes the rune change every time somebody looks at it.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Unless they're welcome.
Unless they're welcome, which is why when you asked for permission, you were able to copy it down.
Yeah.
But if you were trying to sneak a peek at it, the illusion changes the symbols ever so slightly every time.
And if it's changed even slightly, oh boy.
Yep. But as a magic user, you would be very aware of what happens when you fuck with teleportation circles where the symbols are wrong.
Yeah, you sure get teleported. It doesn't cancel the spell.
Nope.
But
But it can when you deal with teleportation spells and they don't function the way they're supposed to, bad things tend to happen.
yeah, you could be teleported into the ground, bottom of the ocean, 700 feet in the air.
Yeah, it's like hitting Shiogorath in the Shivering Isles DLC of Oblivion.
Exactly.
You just whack him and he's like, all right, fair enough, and you get teleported and you get to spend the next like 3 minutes falling from way up in the air until you hit the ground. I'd be lying.
Die.
I'd be lying if I said it wasn't funny though.
It's funny, but like,
But it's like, ow.
who's gonna drink a bunch? He's stressed.
But it just kind of de-stress.
I'm just gonna chill with Captain Nako for a bit, de-stress.
Absolutely.
Play a dude.
Play a soft ditty.
Yeah.
But while you're doing that, Kazir, is there anything you would like to be doing on this day?
Sure.
Vomiting.
He's got his sea legs stayed.
A couple days at sea, you finally get your sea legs.
Well, I mean, he pretty much soon as he stepped on the boat, he had his sea legs.
Yeah, it's true.
But does Blue have all the witches' books, or just the dangerous ones?
No, that's
Oh,
what I was about to say.
he just shoved them all into his bag.
Ah, dang. Okay, I was gonna ask if Kazir could read the non-dangerous ones because wanting to know
You
why
can.
they decided what the hag's plan because we never figured out why she was disrupting the courts.
Immortality. She was working.
Well, I
for the
mean, she
Lich,
already
and
had
all-
a grasp of immortality. She just needed 2 hearts of true love,
It's true.
or something to that extent.
Yeah.
How did
She
that
needs
play
both-
into what they're doing with the courts?
Just because she had immortality, if she helped with the court of, why does it say the court of stars?
Yep, the Court of Stars.
If she helped with the court of stars, she'd have a foot of power in the Hey,
I mean, you guys can always read the book if you want to learn more.
Well, I mean, we
come read with a drunk Blue.
don't. All right. Kazir will go to Blue and ask him about the books. Hey, did we ever read the hag's books about why she was trying to get into with the Court of Stars?
Fucking which one? The fucking her personal notes or like where was her personal notes? He's just gonna kind of open his bag and start looking around. That's fucking.
That
Wow.
one.
Did he get personal notes?
But above game.
He just yoinked all of
Yeah,
her books.
above game, you guys grabbed all the books, which Blue immediately you recognize a few like it looked like lab books, like you know what I mean. Like if any person who's ever actually like you guys, we all went to school. We all took notes when it came to various different classes. This is like some of these are like research books, like straight up like lab books. But there is two books that seem to be like almost like journals.
Uh, and uh, these these pulled both out. These journal maybe, or there's experiments. No, the last book I looked in hers was.
Given what hags
It
eat,
was.
yeah, I don't doubt it.
Did they eat? Did they eat?
What?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they
I'm
eat?
going off of what Alosa
Like,
told me, so I assume they eat.
As fairy tales say, they eat like babies, but they don't eat babies. They turn them into other hags.
Well,
So-
could be
I
both,
might eat
for
babies.
all we know, or all I know. I mean,
Yeah, could be.
I mean, do you want the honest answer, or do you want me to lie?
honest
They
answer.
they eat babies.
Yeah, both.
It's both.
It's
Thought
both.
so.
It's
Both is good.
it's yeah, it's messed up.
No,
It's messed up, but yes, both.
Thought so.
Okay. He's gonna open one of the books. This one maybe.
If you want,
which
while
one
you're
has the
looking through
worst
that,
pictures?
I'll look through this.
Yeah.
Or
He's just
the
gonna
other
hold
one.
up the other one. Here.
His ear will take the other book.
Yeah,
And-
Blue's currently shit-faced.
Yeah.
Damn, Blue got
he
shit
took-
faced quick.
No, he was taking his time.
Oh, he has been chugging.
Oh,
he took
that's
off
fair.
his poison-resistant amulets.
Oh,
That's
God.
fair.
Alright, Blue's gonna kind of flip through it, see which has the worst pictures.
Absolutely. So
Since he knows hags have picture books.
Why is he looking through the pictures?
Because they put details.
Fair.
God damn it, Ned. God damn it, Wanderer.
You eat babies. You have to survive. Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that. No. But so basically as you guys are flipping through the books, to Blue, to your dismay, there are pictures, but they're very like they almost look like sketches. Like kind of like how like a scientist would probably like write down certain formulas and like even write down like symbols to be able to explain how these formulas work. Like Blue, you do see images, but it's often like weird runic images that don't make a lot of sense, but it kind of hurts your eyes every time you look at them.
Oh, they're magical.
Yeah, but not the good kind of magic,
Very
however.
hex.
Yeah, gotcha. Hex magic. Makes
Lot of
complete sense.
hex.
Uh,
Blue's gonna take out the stone that had the hag's name on it.
as you pull it out, the symbol is gone.
Her name doesn't belong to her anymore.
Thank goodness for that
Yeah.
vile thing.
Well, No. Never mind. Garland summoned her once, but I had his thing turned off, so he couldn't retake her soul. I think didn't her soul go down though?
Yep, 100%. She may not be gone, but her soul is definitely bound wherever she is.
Whoa.
So, so while Blue is drinking heavily, I will say for the sake of brevity, are you guys going to be reading it thoroughly, or are you guys just leafing through? What is your plan?
Kazir will be reading thoroughly through the one he has.
Blue?
Blue's scanning to see if he can find any mention of the Fey realm before reading thoroughly.
Absolutely. So about to say, I'll give you guys this option. Who is reading the red book and who's reading the purple book?
Like
Kazir would
purple.
probably. Oh, I was gonna say red. Kazir takes the red, so yeah,
All right.
that works perfectly.
All right. So for the red book, Kazir, as you're reading through it, you are seeing like about it takes you guys. Well, I mean, I'm gonna say this frankly for the both of you. It takes a couple hours to go through the books because there's a lot here.
That's fine.
And you're-
Alright, I'm here. Sorry for interrupting.
No,
Whoops.
no, you're good, Ben.
No worries. What's going on?
He's letting us know he's here.
Oh, that gotcha.
Fully here. I was here on mobile for a little bit. Now I'm like here.
But
Gotcha.
that being said, for the red book, Kazir, you're basically reading a journal that basically tells the story of everything that she has been doing since she found the black book. Basically,
Ugh.
you see how she learned the details of like
Wait,
basically.
did Kazir know about
Well, you knew about.
Black Book?
You knew that she was trying to become a lich, and now with this book, you're realizing, oh, she was like she had a book that basically was teaching her how to become a lich.
Oh.
You notice that it uses a name of a god known as the Whispered One. You're not exactly sure who that is.
You've
Because-
heard
Would that be
Blue
religious
mention
check?
its name
Or is it just too high of a
horribly.
roll?
I think I had you roll in the past, and Kazir rolled low.
You did when we
Yeah.
were sneaking through the
Oh yeah.
kind of low bits where we kind of scared that one guy and found a bunch of zombies.
It's true. It's
Yeah, remember
And-
that now.
true. I think Blue rolled pretty decent on his religion check for that, but I
Yeah.
believe Kazir
Blue
rolled
did
low.
really well. Blue, Kazir rolled low, Blue rolled really well and hated it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You've heard Blue say the Whispered One several times, and every time said it with a lot of malice.
Gotcha.
Above game, I'm pretty confident you know who the Whispered One is, but
Oh yeah, above game
yeah.
I got an idea. I can't remember exactly because it has been quite a while
It's the
since we
god
talked
of
about them.
liches.
Vecna.
Yeah, I
If
mean, I
you
knew that
say
it
her
was
name,
evil,
you
but
die.
gotcha.
But as you're reading,
Especially if you say her name.
but yeah, as you're leafing through the page, you notice that the hag never, even writing, never uses his actual name. It's always the Whispered One. But as you're flipping through, you're starting to realize that she's been having dreams, visions that she was going to die, and basically she was trying to find ways to subvert it. Basically, she wanted to take hags to the next level and may even find a way to become a goddess of her own. But this is a lot of weird like conspiracy theories. You get the sense like, and it takes you a while to kind of go through it, but you get the sense that she probably, from the way she's been writing, it's like she was trying to achieve lichdom and then try to challenge a domain in order to become a goddess.
Fucking fool.
But I mean, you of all people can understand that's a fool's errand.
Yeah, especially I mean, like using the gods' magic against them doesn't work.
No,
Not Vecna's domain,
No.
just
a god.
a domain.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Or even try to create, and there's even like very complicated like mathematics and various arcane ruins that like after a while basically you get the sense it's like she was theorizing how divinity works, which gives you a headache to start.
She was
Yeah,
using
it's definitely
math
understandable.
to make a domain.
We're talking about trying to teach a layman quantum mechanics. in a way.
Pretty much, yeah. It's basically like trying to explain to like a person who like has preferences and then someone trying to teach them like straight up rocket science from the ground up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like this ain't easy, and like stuff like this is complicated as hell. Or better yet, yeah, no, like literally, it's like trying to teach someone quantum theory.
Come on, man! It isn't
Yeah.
rocket science.
I'm
It
tr-
is rocket science.
It is rocket science. It's not like rocket science. It is rocket science.
Exactly.
But that being said, though, as you are going through it, as you continue to go through it, you get the sense of when she started to like you and your wife were not the first people she tried. There were others that she tried first, but every time the ritual ended in failure, or they never seemed capable, if
Love
that makes
each other.
sense. Like
Yeah.
like they'd either sell themselves out, or they would like rather see the other die than to give up their own lives. Like the hints of selfishness and so on and so forth.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. It's like they take
there
her
would-
instead of me, yada yada.
Yeah, completely got that.
But Blue,
Kazir's heart would break reading that, because how many times must one have actually loved the other but been betrayed?
yeah. But Kazir, there is one that does make you a little nervous. It talks about, as you continue reading it, you notice that she started speaking to a couple of other hags, in order, basically discussing what she was trying to do. And you would notice that three names stand out because she does reference them as her coven.
Oh.
More specifically, her daughters.
Oh. That would make Kazir's blood run fucking cold.
Doesn't love that.
But I say, did you want the names, by the way? Just
Oh,
curious.
yes, please.
But I say, up here is the three names that seem to be that she references as her daughters. Seems the eldest one is known as Debella.
Okay.
The second one seems to be a name known as Kashka.
Okay.
And the
Thank you.
last one seems to be named Fem Miranda.
Fuck you.
What?
Just Miranda's the name of the hag in Resident Evil 8.
I'm aware that, but it's not the same. It's different.
Yeah, but it's still a hag.
Miranda
If
was
it's evil.
youngest, right?
Yes, Fem Miranda seems to be the youngest of the three. Debella the oldest, and Kashka being the middle child.
These are things he will not forget.
You speaking this out loud, or
No, Kazir does not.
I
Like that.
assume you show it to Blue.
Yeah, Kazir would show it, giving a quick. Apparently, she had 3 kids, 3 daughters.
what? And what's the names? I need them spelled.
I will type them in the D&D chat just so.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So for the first one,
Debella. Oh, I was right. It doesn't
Yeah.
start with a K.
Ooh. I mean, Cash isn't Cash always spelled with a C?
often, but Kashka could also be spelled with a K.
Oh,
yeah.
But that's how you spell the names.
Thank you.
But Kazir, as you keep reading, apparently, as you get towards the end, as you get to the end of the journal, there was a little bit of distrust. You get the sense that your old friend was getting a bit paranoid towards the end, and specifically was able to find out that her 3 daughters are somewhere in Idrish.
Does Kazir know where Idris would be?
Yes, actually. But I say Uskar does a lot of trade with Idrish because it's to the south of Uskar.
Ah.
That's where my friend's from.
Yep, Raphael is from Idrish. It is it's a massive jungle country on the continent to the south.
They fight primordials.
Yes, they do.
Also, like, I think
Cool.
dinosaurs.
They do indeed.
Right.
Dinosaurs, primordials, and apparently Fae.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't say anything of where they could be or what they're doing. It just says somewhere in Idrish. But it seems primarily it seems to be more of a personal journal talking about her experiments and her relations.
Nothing about her messing with the Feywild or why she was.
Not in that book, but in the purple book.
And the purple book.
Blue. This has to do with a lot of experiments. It talks about statistics on races, statistics on like the weight of organs, talks about various runes that she was using and experimenting with.
A lot of books that Henrik would want.
No.
Not these ones.
I'm not giving him not these ones. Would this have her creation of the daughters in it?
It does talk a bit about her hag creation, but it doesn't talk about the creation of her daughters. Which is odd because in some of the other journals, like you guys have, I assume you guys are taking some time looking through some of the other journals.
Yeah,
these two ones seem to be the important ones, but like the lab journals talk about like her experimentation, experiments, this number, people that she has turned into hags, the hag creation process, which by the way is disgusting to read. Like there's not like turning into a hag. It's not a pretty scenario, and the process is quite
and definitely one that's not consensual.
No.
Basically, it's like brainwashing and a lot of dark other stuff.
Isn't it like implanting something and then forcing them to feed?
It's actually more along the lines of almost like making them ingest things that like slowly start to turn them from the outside in.
Yeah.
So, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much the same but different. Where with a mind flare, it takes like for a mind flare, it would take like a couple of days. It would take a couple of days, about a week, so a week or two, and then you would fully turn. Whereas like for a hag, the ritual takes like a couple of days, and it's ingesting like a liquid or ingesting foods, and basically like there are multiple ways to turn them into hags, and apparently each process can make them either stronger or weaker. But the problem is that it's a lot of mumbo jumbo. Some of it doesn't make sense. Some of it, like, there are factual science to it. But the problem is this is also a Fey process. Some of it doesn't make sense.
It's not meant to make sense.
Yeah.
The younger the person is, the more powerful they can grow as a hag. But that's only dependent on the certain experiment they're in, yada yada.
But I'd have to subscribe.
Green hags are just stuck.
Yeah, basically. But you do find something interesting.
Oh boy.
Whenever she talks about Debella, Femme Miranda, or Kashka, it's almost loving. It's not clinical at all. When it comes to the other hags, it's very clinical. Like, it's very much like, oh, I turned these people into hags. They are my underlings. They are people I sent out. Sometimes she just did it for fun because she wanted to. But every time she talks about these three, it's always loving. It's like she's talking about her own children. And through the books and like taking the time and some of the early, like you find some of the oldest books that look, because Blue, you emptied the entire shelf. About to say, you find the oldest book that she has, like it's covered in, it's like it's falling apart. You get the sense this book is hundreds upon hundreds of years old. And like the more you read it, like this is a book that talks more about memories. It talks more about her time with Debella, with Miranda and Kashka. And the more you read it,
Baby photos.
and the more you read it, it's almost like there wasn't a process for them to be turned to hags. It's almost as if they were all three of them were born hags.
Oh,
That's not
these are
good.
actual daughters. Oh,
Yeah, you get the sense that there's a very good chance that maybe she found a way to conceive.
That's
Gross.
wait, what did I
That
miss?
is-
I zoned out
that-
for just half one word.
Uh,
that
I
isn't
think.
supposed to be possible, which is scary.
yeah, because
Really?
Stray, what you missed was the fact that she must have found a way to conceive.
Oh,
The reason hags aren't, are made through a process is because hags are infertile and kind of just, ugh.
yeah, it makes sense. Yikes!
What?
Wow,
But one actually conceiving, ah.
that must be some powerful shit going on there.
And that was a grandmother hag. This book is hundreds of years old, which means she was a lot younger when she actually had the children.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
He is such a baby to you, Abby. Sorry, Thunder was whining at Abby to pick him up, and like he's just chilling.
Aw, cute.
He's such a baby to her.
Why do you think I call him
Blue.
Can't blame a guy for having a favorite.
That's fair. That's fair. But to say, Storm doesn't pick favorites. She likes both me and Abby a lot.
She just has the worst timing.
Yeah, she just has the worst timing. But it is. But Thunder is just a baby to you, and he comes to me whenever I'm sick.
Yeah, but he'll.
Whenever
curl in my
Abby's
lap,
not
like,
available.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, you're right. When Abby's not available, he does come to me. But Thunder spends a lot of time with me whenever I'm sick. I just like to imagine it's more like, human, get better. I need you to do my bidding.
Exactly.
But to finish up what you learned from the Purple Book, as you continue reading through it, it does talk about, like as I said, it like there's a lot of diagrams and like various different runes and plans that this individual had. But the more you read it, you start to then see pages talking about the Feywild. And at first, reading it gives you a massive headache. The Feywild is a very complicated place, and like it's like reading a madman's journal, trying to understand like some of the complexities.
Look, we have pictures of him laying like a baby on me.
This is true. But the thing is after a while you start to like you're able to piece together some things. Some things make sense. You get the sense that like she talks about the queen of the Court of Stars and how she's a very cruel and vile individual, constantly like seeking blood, like always looking for conflict and looking for ways to dominate other courts. You get the sense, like reading through it, that she was using those like rare artifacts to appease her, to convince her to like trust her. She essentially became like the court wizard to the realm of stars. Gained access to her secrets.
Does it say how she got her hands on these items?
Basically, I'll say, because you guys are taking the time to read through it, so I'm not going to make you roll like investigation checks and stuff like that, because you are taking the time to thoroughly read it.
They're bored.
You get the sense, you read through it and you learned that she found out about the broken skull while they were early on. Apparently they tapped into some magic that interested her. Apparently at the time there were 3 individuals of great power that she met. And so she made a deal with them that she would give them access to certain fey magics to help them be able to bypass certain magical securities. In exchange, she would demand to gain some of the spoils of their successes. And that's how she got the artifacts, in order to essentially bargain with the the Queen of the Court of Stars.
So, if Blue was right, said she just wanted a foot in the door, while the Queen in the Circle got more power.
Yes, but it seems like she was looking for something.
Ooh.
And as you continue reading through it, you learn that the Queen of the Court of Stars, was learning spells on how to expand her domain. And you get the sense that this hag was looking for that spell in particular. As you guys saw what happened in the Feywild, how all of a sudden the Court of Stars' like magic was starting to meld into the Court of Summer. Well, Court of Summer and Court of Spring, but specifically you guys dealt with. You get what I mean.
Yeah.
But basically, apparently the Queen of Stars had developed a spell to start expanding her domain into other realms.
Oh.
And
she wanted that spell.
And you notice that as you continue reading that, specifically in her writing is, must make a copy of these, pass it on to daughters.
Oh.
Oh
That's not
shit!
good.
Any indication
Blue's
she
saying
succeeded
that out
in it?
loud.
What isn't good?
First, what he said. Did she succeed?
She did indeed.
Oh fuck! I mean, I assume that Blue said, gave a quick TLDR.
The hag got. The Queen of Stars was developing a new spell to expand her domain. The hag got her hands on that spell and gave it to her daughters. He's gonna activate his Sending Stone to Simple.
Absolutely. Which, in doing so, it takes a little bit, but you do see the light go up and you
I
hear...
knew this was information we should have read as soon as we killed the hag.
Oh, by the way...
Been busy.
By the way, I just want to put this out there because I want to make sure that you understand fully. She didn't just copy that spell from her book. She copied all of the spells from her book.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So she has a fake queen spell book completely copied and sent off to someone else.
Oh, fuck. Possibly
which is
3 someone else's.
Which is very high treason.
I knew we should have read it sooner.
We
had a
We've been busy.
You guys have been busy.
We've been busy. And what would we have done anyways? We're not in Idris, and we're not going to Idris.
Well, we could relay it to people we know who have connections to Idris.
But we've been busy.
You guys have been busy. It's fine.
Not dying.
It's fine. They'll walk it off. But after a while, you do see the light come on. Hello, Blue. It hasn't been that long. Is everything okay?
Yeah. Reading some books we got from that grandmother hag.
Oh,
We're
yes.
bored, waiting for help.
That's right. You were talking about that.
Yeah. Any way to get in touch with what's Raphael?
I can get a hold of him. He's a bit wrapped up, but I have the capabilities of talking to him.
Also, just a suggestion: message someone from the Feywild if you can.
Easier said than done.
Definitely would. I mean, I know, but I'm just saying that they would definitely like to know that a queen's spell book is in the hag's hands. Or correction, hags? You know what I mean.
Hag's eye.
Hag's daughters.
Yes, in the hag's daughter's hands. And that they might also have natural birth somehow. You know what I mean.
Birth eye.
Birthright.
Birthright. Ugh.
Yeah, I know, gross, right?
And anyway, to get connected to the Fey Shadow, or the Fey leader, whatever.
I
I
can.
remember her name.
Oh, better say Crescent Moon is who you're referring to.
Yeah. Any way to contact Crescent Moon since she's kind of connected to the Fey?
She's currently in a meeting with one of the leaders of the Feywild. It would take time, but I can get a message to her.
Okay. So this is about the Court of Stars and apparently the grandmother hag having three biological daughters.
No, no, Blue.
Wouldn't be possible.
That's
There we go.
that's
Sorry.
No, it's all good. Blue, that's not possible. Hags are sterile when the process.
She found
Yeah.
a way.
Yeah, it shouldn't be possible. She found a way hundreds of years ago.
What?
She has three daughters.
But Blue, then why wouldn't she share that information? Like the hags could have were like really well populated if that's the case. If they could just give birth naturally.
Not sure.
Good
Hags are-
question. But
From what I've
the
seen,
book
hags are
says she
kind of
gave
greedy.
birth.
Her book says she gave birth to those three children, and they all came out as biological hags, not changed by the development.
That's worrisome. That shouldn't.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be.
Um,
Oh my gosh. With how old they are now.
you have. Yeah, they're. I'd say 300-400, if not more.
You just like it's you just kind of hear like fingers tapping on a desk.
Any. Do you have any information on Idris? Any spies there?
Plenty of contacts in Idris. Raphael's from there. He has plenty
Yeah,
of. We have plenty of spies there, but the problem here is we've never seen hags in Idris.
Uh-oh.
The Fae like typically don't go into Idris. Idris already has like issues with primordials and God knows those giant lizards, whatever the hell they're called.
According to all three of those daughters are hiding in Idris. Hiding.
There might be some pocket planes, or maybe they might know a portal in and out of the Feywild, but
Or maybe since they were natural born hags, they have some other way.
I guess this is something that is worrisome.
Yeah, that's the information I was gonna pass to Raphael since it's under the domain.
Yep, no, absolutely. I will make sure Raphael gets this information. We can get a hold of his contacts. If we can track them down, we will let you guys know. But, I mean, you of all people would understand, finding hags is really hard.
Yeah, especially since, like I said, they're hundreds of years old.
And if they know that their mother passed, they would probably go into hiding.
Yeah.
They would probably not want to deal with their mother's killers.
Yeah. Now on to the information I need send it to Crescent Moon.
Oh, okay. You hear some papers shuffle as she like pulls out a new quill to write information. Yes.
The Queen of the Circle of Stars
Yes.
as a spellbook.
Yes. All the various queens and kings of the different courts have spell books that are representations of their domains.
Yeah, but the hag managed to copy down her entire spellbook.
You hear a snap.
That's why we need
entire
Her entire thing.
Blue. There are eons worth of magical information specifically dealing with spells that deal with darkness, stars, and various different. That's not good.
No shit.
Want to know what's worse? He sent the copies of it to her 3 daughters.
Fuck.
Do you want to know what's even worse?
Oh, goody. I love this game, Blue.
In that spellbook contained a spell that the queen made herself, which is a spell that allows her to spread her domain
Oh my god.
into other domains and dimensions.
You mean the spell she was using, well, still technically currently using in the Feywild?
Yes.
Well, at least on the bright side, when it comes to that spell, you need a very powerful spell, a very powerful arcane source of arcane power to make that spell work.
Want to know what's even worse?
Oh, great. What else is where it could be worse?
Oh lord.
The hag kind of gave her things like, sort of something powerful enough like a Hellspire gem.
I mean, a Hellspire gem maybe, but even that might be a little too
Maybe.
weak to power it. You would need something stronger. Maybe something created by one of the archdukes of the Nine Hells, or maybe even like a relic of a god. I guess maybe maybe one of those orbs from the Age of the Magi.
Well, the broken skulls kind of gave her artifacts that she gave to the Queen of the Circle of Stars.
We really should have searched her house. Clear.
I mean, there wasn't that much
We've
there.
Oh yeah, true,
Yeah.
true.
I took everything of value.
It's true. Everything, like even with detect magic,
yeah.
and you guys did take a bit of time to search the house. There wasn't much there.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But the issue, but I mean, I don't exactly know all that was inside of the church. I sincerely doubt anything powerful enough to make that spell function would exist on the material plane, at least not in normal mortals' hands. Maybe they might have something, but either way, I don't think they would try anything for the time being. Again, if they knew that their mother had died, which I'm gonna take a shot in the dark, considering I am a magic caster, I probably would have been keeping ties on her, considering how much she was influencing the world around her.
One of her books started talking about distrust.
Yeah. More than likely, she was keeping tabs on them, and they were keeping tabs on her.
Yeah.
They know that she died.
Also, yeah. So apparently the hag was trying to, it's more like artificer stuff and more smart than I am, but she was trying to gain divinity after becoming a lich. Thankfully, we stomped her out, but
That's foolish. Like that, everybody knows that divinity is meant for the gods. There's too much to factor in when it comes to those things. Any magic user can understand and grasp the immensity of the amount of power that comes with the gods and the magic that we get from their abilities. Like, the thought of trying to actually go to their limit is essentially suicidal.
yeah.
I mean, Blue, you're a lore bard. You would understand. You would have known many of tales of people trying to imitate the gods or follow in their footsteps. Hell, the Age of the Magi is a huge lesson to all magic users what it means to try to imitate the gods. But either way, the issue here is that the fact that the queen would have shown her spell book. But that makes sense considering what the Queen of Stars has been doing. I will make sure that this information gets passed on to Crescent Moon. The sooner they can start to work on that, the better. And the sooner we send out spies, the more likely we are to find these daughters. But the problem is, if they know their mother is dead, they're not going to show their faces. If we're lucky, they'll get reckless and maybe show themselves, in a public place.
Another next generation situation.
Yes, this might be a problem down the road rather than a problem in the near future. They will
This is
take
just saying campaign 2 stuff.
above game. Yeah, no, that's a this was one of my little things where it's just like this is a campaign. This might be a campaign 2 problem.
Oh yeah, that's basically
Yeah,
what I was implying.
Yeah, just doing stuff here to help out campaign 2.
Kind of like the Star Plague. Very much could be a campaign 2 problem.
Campaign 2 or a small
Or
campaign thing.
or maybe a fun series we can bring these guys back on after the campaign's over.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thanks for taking
Because
this.
you would not mind
Yeah.
trying to hunt them down.
The issue, the above game, the only issue is that they would totally be slipping between the planes to not be found.
Oh yeah, definitely. I could
Yeah.
imagine them
You
staying
they
or not.
they
staying.
know they'll outlive us.
yeah, you guys 86'd her, 86 their mother. Like especially you, Kazir, considering you wield the Monarch Slayer.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to mention they would have dossiers on all of you guys. And between knowing that Henrik is a master artificer and Blue being a master bard, like they wouldn't take chances.
Yeah.
Wait,
They're
did
gonna
Henrik
ha- they're
still
gonna-
preserve her brain?
Yeah.
Yeah. He made a potion out of it. We'll just have to see what happens.
It's true. Guess what, guys? You're going on a trip.
Possible test dummy.
Who's the test dummy? You. He has that little.
Kazir still
memory
has
place where
personal
he-
beef with hags. He hates hags.
That's
He'll
fair.
do anything to help kill
yeah,
more.
but your hate doesn't really affect getting their memories. Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah,
And
but
Blue
Kazir
has
would be
that
just
room
like
that can
willing
show off
to.
memories.
Fair point.
Then Kazir can take the time to analyze the memories without a time limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that being said, you do hear Symbol go. I will make sure this information gets passed on right away. Thank you for letting me know this, Blue. I will pass this on post haste.
You're.
Did Blue cut out for everyone else or just me?
no, for me too.
I didn't cut out. I just stopped talking.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
You're welcome. Sorry to play. You want to know what's worse.
yeah, it's okay, Blue. Honestly, your personality is a refreshing change of pace, considering most of mine are very serious and very to the point.
Yeah, I try to, give some jokes.
That being said, though, You all make sure you stay safe. Even though these hags will probably go into hiding, who knows if they might still want a little bit of revenge. You just never know with these kind of people.
Sorry.
But then again, demons are trying to kill us all anyways, so I mean, you know.
World's gone fit, people are greedy. We'll figure something out.
It's true. I have faith in you, Solaris, and of course, if you need any resources that the Thieves Guild can provide, considering one of our Shadow Stalkers is traveling with you.
You got it.
In the meantime, stay safe. We'll be in contact. And you watch as the light fades, and she's going to send out that information post haste.
Very valuable information
Mm-hmm.
that I knew I should have read sooner than later.
I mean, even if you would have read it immediately, like, the problem is that her mom had no idea where they were. They're in Idrish somewhere, but Idrish is a large country.
But they've probably known she's been dead this whole time, which gives them a lot of time
I mean, if we're gonna speak frankly, oh yeah, they've been aware.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't take that much to know that there was probably a lot of notifications going off when she died.
Yeah, spoilers a little bit. Yeah, no, they were aware.
They probably knew
Yeah.
soon as the moment she died. There was some kind of notification going off.
Her life alert went off.
Well, I mean,
I know.
Well,
their stones probably died too as soon as she died, or something like that. I don't know how it works, but that's what Kazir would be thinking is, they knew as soon as she died. Because
the
of some
stone
magic
connected
mumble
to her
jumble.
name.
Yeah.
I just love
Well-
Wanderer's comments in the chat, just going, "I want to ride a dinosaur."
Right. Well, cause they're
Yeah,
the fuck.
agreed.
Just
You wouldn't have chuckled there. It would have been more like a, Well, at least we now know when we've spread the information, and hopefully some good will come of it. But for now, all we can do is what we can do.
Why can't I get drunk in peace?
Well, you have the rest of the day at least to do so.
I'll go sit next to the gunpowder barrels and get wasted.
Okie dokie.
What could go wrong?
Exactly, God.
Just a stray match, like someone's cigarette drops, like, ah, fuck, boo.
And blue. No. Blue uses prestidigitation to light his cigars.
There we go. Can you guys hear me?
That worked. Oh, we hear you
Yeah.
Okay, good. I realized my microphone all of a sudden was not working at all, and I was like, oh, great.
now. Oof.
Being reminded that I need to replace the cord.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, only problem is that there's a 3-day blizzard coming in, and replacing this cord is going to be easier said than done.
Oof, bro.
Yup.
Yeah.
But that's a problem for another time.
Walk to the store. It's fine.
Listen, it's gonna I only live 40 miles from the nearest like big store.
Exactly.
I'll just ride the wind back, you know.
Put on like a squirrel suit or something.
Just become the sugar glider man. Just woo.
Exactly.
I actually had a substitute teacher who had a pet sugar glider that he brought to school.
Oh wow.
I had a teacher who had a pet sugar glider.
Cool.
It was really cool, actually. Like, they're really adorable and actually kind of terrifying how fast they can go across the room.
I had a pet teacher who brought a sugar glider to school. Sure.
A pet
worry about
teacher
it.
that had a
A pet
sugar
teacher?
glider. A pet.
Yes, a pet teacher who had a pet sugar glider.
That's what I thought Wanderer said. My head.
It is what I said.
That's what
Yeah,
he
okay,
did
I thought
say.
so. I thought so. I was just making sure I wasn't completely losing it.
It's like when you.
Oh no, only I'm losing it.
It's like when you find out that your Neopets can have pets, then they're known as Neopet pets.
Pets. I'm gonna go
Neopets used
check
to
on
be
like
cool.
Bimp, I guess. It nearly dies.
Yeah.
I'll go check on her.
As you check on her, you see her like she seems to be practicing her spells. Oh, hey Blue.
Bimp.
Yes.
You good? In the, he just taps the head.
Yes, Blue. I am. I have all my faculties. A little unnerved that they caught up on us. I need to maybe work on some spells to make sure that they don't sneak up on us like that again.
Yeah. We got sloppy tonight.
Yeah. I'll just need to make sure. I will, from this point on, I'll just go ahead and start making sure an alarm spell is set up.
That would
yes,
be
that.
nice. Thankfully, I was awake.
I
I
need to
watched
remember that.
Dane get stabbed.
Apparently, it's a good. It really is a good thing you and Henrik were awake at the time.
Yes. That didn't stop all of you from getting hit with that one. That spell was loud.
Yeah, I
What was it called?
I unfortunately I am unaware of what that I was unaware of what that one spell they cast at us. It's almost like they were able to swing their blade at an incredible speed.
Maybe, I don't know. It was cool though.
Oh,
Sucked, but it was cool.
oh, absolutely. I mean, getting hit by it hurt like a son of a gun, but at the same time, it was very fascinating considering the fact the magic that was put into that.
I want to see you cuss like once.
I mean, I do cuss. I don't do it very often, you know.
Yeah, you say it for the special occasion.
Above game stuff, trying to corrupt our little wizard. She's a nice person.
I want. Hey, Drunk Blue is that one wingman that gets your mind straight but gets you messed up. I was meaning to talk to you about something.
Oh,
I have a way for Knuckle to turn either into human or into gnome.
oh.
I talked to him about it, but I thought I'd let you know too.
I mean, I know Knackle. Like, you can see her get a little somber. I have had the pleasure of meeting a couple of Warforged, And Knackle is a special case. You watch as she kind of looks around to see if anybody else can hear her, but like, it is just you two on this section of the deck. Knackle. Other Warforged seem to be able to find peace and happiness in their own ways. They seem like because of what happened, in the incident of darkness, when the Warforged attacked the country, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is yeah. Basically,
That's why I kind of.
Go ahead.
No, it was just saying. Hence why I was slow to introduce Nako to the big dragon we met at the mountain.
Absolutely. The dragon more than likely would be very aware of Knackle and his kind. But
yeah.
the thing is that Knackle is a bit different, though. Knackle, he wants to experience emotions for what they are. He feels like he's getting a diluted version of them. It's other Warforged seem content and happy with the emotions that they feel, but Knackle almost wants to feel what it's like to truly be mortal. I've been able to talk to him a lot about these things because we room together a lot, and I'm naturally inquisitive, as you could probably tell. But Knackle is honestly more human than most people I've met. He just wants people to be happy. And he wants to experience what true raw emotion is, rather than what a Warforged feels, like a programmed feeling.
Yeah. I've noticed. When I did my whole commune thing, I had an actual, like, serious talk with him. Talking to him about this spell that I got that lets me change races into other races if they're willing. I gave him that option.
The question is, would it work for him since he's a Warforged?
I think so. He still has a mind. He seems to have a soul.
I mean, based on what I know about Warforged and this book that Garhan gave me, as she does lift up a book about the creation of Warforge, which you guys swiped from that particular scientist's laboratory back in Stratford.
Yeah.
She kind of flips it open and goes, "It seems that they have some kind of matrix that basically is like a source of power for them. They do have a soul, but it's more like a soul adjacent. If that makes sense. It's like a certain power source that creates a soul for them to be living inside of their body. But the issue is that Knackle can be turned off. And that's when that darker side comes out."
Yeah.
And Blue, Tiny, what is Blue's intelligence?
His intelligence... Right. Oh, his intelligence right now is 19.
19?
The headband of intellect.
Absolutely. With an intelligence of 19, you kind of look at like a lot of the notes and a lot of the like arcane runes that go into it, And yeah, no, you can like I mean, as a player, Blue, you are Tiny, you are already aware, and as most of you guys are aware, the Warforged were designed to have two functions essentially. They can serve as like a tireless, relentless worker. They are essentially people, in a sense. They can live their lives as they would in any other humanoid. However, every single one of them was also designed with a failsafe that if something were to happen to them, they have the capabilities to fight back. And in the case of certain Warforged, it's very scary of how dangerous they are. They basically, to put it in perspective, they're built like iRobot. Like, if you guys have ever seen that Will Smith movie. Like, they can be the kindest, most helpful, and greatest people you will ever meet. But the problem is they don't necessarily have a soul. They are numbers and code. So it ultimately comes down to, I mean, like, Henrik would probably even be able to understand and maybe even replicate how to create a Warforged. But the better question is, why would he? You know what I mean? Like, creating life is a dangerous thing.
People are not meant to play gods.
Mm-hmm. You get the sense, like, with the level of intelligence you have, your spell might work. But the problem is that might is the dangerous part. Above game, if you were, I would say, because Blue would be intelligent enough to know this, if you were to cast that spell on Knuckle, there is a 50% chance it would work. But you don't know what
50% chance it just fizzles out.
50% chance it might kill him. You're basically trying to rearrange his digital code. You could accidentally put him on rampage mode and he could be trying to kill you all.
Good. That'd be a fun day.
Oh yeah, it would be great, you know. Now, you know, Knuckle right now being a level 15 cleric.
Yeah.
Becoming evil like with all the levels in life domain cleric he has. What's the worst that could happen?
But life. I don't know. It was just an option I provided.
No. The thing is, Blue, you gave Knuckle an option, and ultimately, if we are going to act as if Knuckle is a person, we have to let him make that decision for himself too.
Yeah. That's why I provided it. Didn't enforce it, didn't push it. Just there.
I mean, that's also the other reason why a part of me is still working very hard to try to become stronger as a spellcaster. Maybe there's a way I can help with that.
I'm not entirely spellcaster. I'm part rogue, which messes with my spellcaster stuff. But
Well,
this race diversion spell is originally wizard.
Yeah.
Which means it'd be better for you if you got more powerful.
This is true. If I can harness this and become more adept, and maybe even mix it in with another spell, I might be able to make it work better. But more tailored towards Knuckle. I mean,
More not putting him in a human body with the rampage mode active.
exactly. My fear would be more along the lines of if we did this, it might create two Knuckles. One being who he is, and one being what he could be.
Yeah.
But
it was simply an option.
But this is
I do have a...
Go.
Yeah, it's Knuckle's choice.
Yeah, if this is what Knuckle wishes, then I will do whatever I can to help him.
I have something that if we make it and finish the broken skulls, and I still have this item, it could help him.
Oh?
Blue is going to reach into his kind of a pocket that he has lined with lead,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to pull out a ring with some vampire fangs,
Yep.
a red orb.
If she looks at you, basically, like, do you give her, like, may I look?
Yeah.
She just reaches in, but she does not pull it out. And you watch a flash of color go across her eyes, which you recognize as the identify spell.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Blue pulls it away so she doesn't accidentally, say a bad word.
Which, by the way, Blue, when you got this ring, remind me, you didn't have your magic eyes, didn't you? You had just gotten it after you guys had gotten all the items.
I think he did have his magic eyes because he had to, use them to find it.
Gotta say, this has ninth
Or
level.
did he?
This has ninth level conjuration magic coming off of this.
Yeah, it's strong. That's why he has the lead line pocket.
Yeah, and I assume the moment she identifies it, you're just kind of like, you kind of shoot her hand and put the lid back on.
Yeah.
Which she does. So, she isn't gonna, fight you. It's not like she's gonna try to Gollum this situation and steal the ring. God, that'd be hilarious, but no, that's not what she would do. She looks at you and goes, Blue, that's a very powerful item.
Yeah.
Honestly, even though you have training you have diverted your training, you have split yourself between your capabilities of stealthing and your ability to conjure your bardic magic. I still believe you would be powerful enough to be able to help him too. But
maybe I still need to dive into the whole, making new spells thing. I've made a couple. An unhollowing spell is terrifying.
yeah, I feel like that spell should probably be left with you. I would really hate to see that in the hands of someone else.
If anyone from the Broken Skulls had it, we'd be fucked.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Which is probably why it's good that only you know those spells that, what was his name? Solomon?
Yeah, but unhollowing spell wasn't made by him. It was made by me.
Oh.
On accident, but by me.
That's interesting. Spell creation is very complicated, Blue. It typically takes many years to be able to make spells.
Yeah, well, you saw the me having those Hall of Flames hovering over water.
Yes.
Right?
I do remember seeing that spell.
That was also made by me.
Well, I mean, you are a bard. Your magic comes from creation.
And when I do dumb shit, it just comes out as a new spell.
But only time will tell what we can do for Knackle. In the meantime, I will let him know what we may be capable of doing. I know you talked to him, but I'm gonna have a word with him too, and let him know the full capabilities.
You should talk to him. Blue's gonna pull out Philpic's spellbook. Here.
Wait, question.
Answer.
Why haven't we considered turning us into Asimar?
Well, because there's...
Because
Go ahead.
it needs a bard or a wizard to cast the spell. and
I mean,
I am a human.
theoretically, Alosa could use it.
Could, but then how would we get back?
Yeah, that's kind of that's the side effect here is that you guys would then have to find a Tabaxi, like a human,
Oh.
a Tabaxi wizard who can a Tabaxi wizard who can cast it. You would need a human. You would need
makes sense.
a human would probably be easier. But then like Garnet would have to find a Furbolg wizard.
Well, I mean, we don't have to change Garnet since, you know.
I mean, true. Garnet could probably
Yeah,
pass.
that's right.
Garnet could probably pass as Azamar.
Okay, makes sense.
How do we find a gator folk?
Yeah, finding a gator. Dude, he's a gator.
Yeah.
He's a gator folk Azamar.
A
That'd be-
gator folk wizard.
That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, that would be almost horrifying.
angelic scales. Like what the hell?
Shimmering. Oh, it would look like one of those albino gators.
Oh, that'd be pretty sick,
Yeah.
actually.
Damn, now I want to
An albino
do that.
crocodile.
Now let's talk about a scarier option. How the fuck are you gonna find a drow wizard that isn't like inherently very evil?
Oh god, yeah.
It has to be able to cast 5th level spells as a drow,
Yeah.
which means probably very much into that spider god.
Exactly. You might be able to find one. It wouldn't. I mean, like drow are come in all shapes and sizes, but primarily, especially in Atharia,
Ours.
especially, most drow are tied to Lolth. But there
Yeah,
are,
it makes sense.
but there are some that aren't. It would be another adventure, guys.
Yay.
Yeah, the thing is, Alosa could cast the spell using her grimoire, but she'd only be able to use it once per day. And also on top of that, like Tiny said, you guys would have to find specific people to turn you guys back. Plus, if
Okay.
Unless you don't
yeah.
want to turn back.
unless you don't want to turn back and you want to stay in Azamar. I mean, the thing is Stray, like, how I made Azamar in this game is, I will openly admit I aped Monty Glue from the Unexpectables, where basically, like, she made it that Azamar don't need to be human, per se. They can be other races and still be Azamar. So, like,
Makes complete sense.
so like in like future campaigns, if one of you guys was like, I want to play an Asmar, it's like, okay, cool. But then you're like, but I want them to look like I want them to be like the children of an orc or something like that, and they became an Asmar. It's like
Yeah, completely makes sense.
you could totally do that, and I would be absolutely okay with it. It's just the fact that because you're an Asmar, you don't gain your parents' traits of what it means to be an orc. You just have the looks of your parents. Does that make sense?
Yeah. To some degree.
To some degree.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's basically like, think of it the same way you would if you were a undead lineage or a hag blood lineage, or a hex blood lineage, or a Dampier lineage. You don't have to be a human to be any of those three. You could be any race and then those three.
Yeah.
Same concept, essentially.
Makes complete sense there. Yeah.
But that being said, though, the issue is just like the ramifications of like trying to turn back. Plus, if I remember, Tiny, was there a time period on how long it would take for you to be able to change races again?
No.
No? Okay, I didn't remember if I made that a part of the rule.
All we know, I think there was a time limit for, like it becoming permanent.
No.
No.
Well, I mean, it wasn't really
I think it just has
a
to do
limit, but it was implied that if we didn't hurry it up,
No,
it would be
that
permanent.
was just with her being, losing her mind.
It's true. She was because of the transformation process. Like it was like her becoming a
Oh.
tiefling was a very dangerous mutation. She was losing her mind to the abyss.
Oh, okay. It was because
Yeah.
it wasn't done quite right. It was done.
But
Yeah,
how
makes
I
sense.
designed the spell, it was specifically meant for willing creatures. You can't force a creature to change races. It's kind of like reincarnation. Like it has to be somebody willing.
Yeah, it makes sense. So if someone was unwilling and they were forced, it would cause the losing of the mind. But if they were willing, it wouldn't.
I mean, yes.
Make sense.
I mean, yes and no. Basically,
No.
if you followed it to the T that Thorpic designed it, like, and technically Thorpic didn't. Thorpic made the base. Theoretically speaking, yes.
Oh.
If you used with the process they did at the church, yes, you would lose your mind as you turned. But that was also more of a mutation. Whereas what Tiny Spell does is basically genetically changes your makeup. It's just the fact.
Okay.
It's just the fact that if Tiny were to cast it on somebody and they weren't willing, the spell would fizzle out.
No, it's just a con save.
Makes sense.
Point being,
You made a con save if they aren't willing, which means I can force someone to be human.
did I? Hold on. That's a bit powerful. Let me look at the spells. Hold on. The problem is I have a lot of notes. Let's see.
On use, you can change a race of a creature, whether willing or not, into the race of a caster. If resisting, spell save DC con save.
Probably. I mean, this was Thorpic's design. It ultimately comes down to ethics. The issue here is, like, I don't think Blue would share that information with anybody else.
You want it?
Definitely not.
This spell in the wrong hands could make it like make a race of more dangerous creatures. Say like an aberrant race learned how to use this spell.
Yeah. Blue's gonna just go hang out with Henrik until the dudes come, I guess.
Absolutely. In the meantime, you do see Blue and Kazir and everybody else, quite frankly, would see Philman and Karek are currently working on the ship to help fix the damage.
Oh yeah, after reading, Kazir definitely would help with that. It's just been something that's on Kazir's mind about those books since day one.
Oh, 100%.
I think Dame would probably be sitting with Bine waiting for him to wake up because
I was just about to ask you.
Yeah. I don't think he'll react too kindly to being drugged, so, seeing a friendly face.
Absolutely. After a while, Bine does wake up, and you do see, like, he's a bit sluggish. Kind of like, somebody getting off of taking, like, strong medication. Bine is very groggy.
Yeah.
But you just see it look at you and just...
Oh, buddy, and I pat his face.
He just kind of nuzzles into you as, you guys have a very close relationship.
Yeah. I'm keeping that bird calm.
Absolutely. After a while, like, Bine is basically, you get the sense Bine is probably going to be down for a day. He's basically going to have to let it filter through his body.
Yeah.
But with time, within the next day or two, he should be back in flying shape again.
Yeah, I figured.
Is Dame just gonna kind of just spend the day with Bine and just kind of...
Unless he's asked to do something.
I mean, like, Philman and Karek would probably let you know that they're currently working on fixing some of the damages to the ship, but basically helping the crew.
If they're not being direct, then he won't help.
Absolutely. But, I mean, they wouldn't force you to do it. They're just offering because Philman and Karek want to be useful. They don't want to just sit around and do nothing. So they're just like, basically, they're like, teach us how to do stuff. I'm strong, and Karek is smart. We could do this together.
If they're being, like, direct, this is what we need from you, yeah, he'd help.
Yeah, they'd probably ask for your help with, like, carrying certain things and helping them with certain measurements. Basically, the shipwrights would be, like, there are shipwrights on the ship that would basically help take care of it. So they would probably teach you guys how to do it.
It'd be very, very much, if you need me, here's where you find me.
Absolutely. With that being said, though, if you are going to help them, I need you to roll me a strength check.
For sure. Fuck's sake. 7.
7. But I say, as you're doing it, like, I feel like Dame would probably be distracted. Maybe lost in his own head.
Maybe.
But after a while, you watch a...
Just a little bit nervous of how quick they found him.
Sorry, I just read the messages Herma put in the chat. But you do watch his film and goes, "Are you alright, son?"
Just thinking of possibilities. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Possibilities, eh?
Well, this isn't the only group that I've done similar things to, so likely not the only group looking for me, just the most recent one.
I can understand, son. I've made a couple enemies in my life too, aside from traveling with the Solaires. Wouldn't be surprised if a few of them would probably want some revenge.
Oh, well, I'm sure we'll meet them together.
Yeah. Well, just keep your chin held high, friend. We all got a bit of a dark past to us, and as long as you're not trying to throw us under the bus, we have no reason to dislike you.
Not yet.
Besides, if you try to throw us under the cart, I'll make sure that you come with us.
That much I very, very much believe.
You watch this film and just kind of gives you a pat on the shoulder, but with your strength score, you can handle it just fine.
Yeah.
In the meantime, best us to make sure that we're being helpful. These people are helping us on our mission, and the last thing I want is some reputation that we Solaires take for granted, the people who help us.
Well, fortunately for me, I'm not a Solaire.
That's fair. At the same time, he kind of bumps your chest plate. And to be fair, though, I'd assume you still want at least a nicer reputation.
Yeah, I prefer no reputation.
Fair enough. Coming from where I'm from, it makes perfect sense you wouldn't want one. But at the same time, it's also just nice to help people.
No comment.
In the meantime, your work is shit. Let me show you how to do it. And you watch it. You watch this film and just kind of reaches over and shows you like how you put the board in incorrectly, and basically shows you how to adjust it so it fits more into the deck of the ship.
I'm a killer, not a woodworker.
Nah, that's fair. I mean, I'm a killer too. Held my own in the Coliseum more than my fair share of times. At the same time, though, spending to this much time with the Solaires, I just gotta I like keeping my hands busy.
Coliseum?
Yeah, I was part of when I was kidnapped from the Piv, my homeland. I am thrown in the slave trade. And down south, a couple of the slave trade locations had these fighting pits. I used to have to fight for entertaining the elite of Atharia.
Oh, sounds pleasant.
Oh, it was great. I loved making no money, and I would maybe get a better meal every now and again if I won.
Oh, what a lovely deal.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, nothing made me sadder than when I almost killed the leader of the Coliseum. Fucking guards caught me too quickly.
Free bed, free food, free entertainment. Sounds great.
Sounds great.
Oh, there you go.
If it wasn't in all honesty, like that's just it. Like if Skolvin wouldn't have freed him, he was gonna be sold to another area in the country where he would have continued to be a gladiator.
Whoa. Who doesn't?
Well, he's making light of it now, so.
Well, yeah, he can now because now. Fun fact: if you guys would have gone to the west of the east of the country rather than going to the north, you guys would have seen a completely different side of the slave trade.
I bet.
Yeah, basically like how we made how Herma made Skulven and like the whole slave trade down that way would have been a lot more like, you know, people creature like races being like lesser races being sold into slavery. They would have looked at Khazir lower than human. So which means that
No doubt about that.
yeah, and like Blue would have probably been seen as like, oh, you're an equal, you're human like me. Oh yeah, no. The Southern Atharia is a really bad place.
What other southern parts of countries are
No,
really shit places?
No.
Hmm.
Hey man, the north part of Atharia has to deal with curses in a terrible forest.
Yes, that's just Canada. Look, we got Wendigos and shit up here. Look, I'm quiet at night not because people are sleeping, it's because there's a Wendigo outside right now.
Listen, I'm terrified that if I walk
Fair.
into the forest too far, I'm never coming back.
You won't.
I'm like, look, I put one hand in the forest. Just
I put my leg outside once, and now I have only one leg.
I mean, like Tiny, Tiny and me talked about this. Like, I think last year, like Tiny was cleaning up his notes, and he remembered he had a letter from Irontooth, which is like a powerful smuggler, like that lives in the Exeter Desert, but constantly is going into Atharia.
Exeter Desert is Nevada.
He's the Goblin King.
That is correct. He calls himself the Goblin King.
Yeah, you ever see like Game of
Self-proclaimed
Thrones?
Goblin King.
You ever see Game of Thrones?
Yes, I have seen Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's pretty much Canada.
Yeah,
We don't have guns, so we use swords.
too bad Game of Thrones ended after season 5. It would have been so much more interesting to see them do more.
yeah.
Nah, I probably would have gone to shit.
Yeah, probably. George, but as a, it's not neither here nor there. Moving on.
Moving on.
Say Martin hadn't finished his books yet. Still hasn't finished his books yet.
He never will.
Who knows? That being said, though, while you guys are working on the ship, it gets to late day, and you guys see a vessel come close to you guys. Which, Blue and Khazir, with your guys' passive perception, you guys would be able to see you would see a flag of a, you see the flag, and it seems to be it is a black flag. It is a pirate flag. And rather than seeing a skull, you actually see what appears to be like a constellation, like on a flag that almost looks like devil horns. And as they get close, you hear, "Hello, my friends."
Did I cut out? Or
Did I cut out?
I'm not sure if you did or I did.
Did everybody else hear me?
I think it may have cut out.
Where?
Black flag, it is a
Devil
pirate
horns.
ship.
Pirate flag. It is a black ship. The flag, the symbol on the flag appears to be a constellation, like stars connecting together, and it almost looks like the face, almost looks like someone throwing up the horns. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the devil horns.
Yeah, like the devil horns, like you know what I mean. It's like the rocker is like,
Hand signal.
yeah,
The hand signal devil horns. Okay, I thought you meant it forms kind of like devil horns.
No,
yeah,
no,
I get what you mean.
yeah.
Sure.
It forms up like throwing up the horns, like what rockers typically do. The constellation actually kind of looks like that, and then you hear, "Hello, my friends. Hey, sorry it took so long." As,
Oh, I know who these people are. I
Oh.
just can't think of the name.
as,
These aren't the people from before, are they?
yes.
Yeah, it is.
But I say
they
you.
are.
But I say you would recognize the purple skinned elf with the constellation
Oh.
freckles.
Cool, cool.
as you see him like fizzle from his ship and reappear on the deck of yours.
You said you weren't coming yourself.
Well, I figured it'd be nicer if I appeared myself. It sounded urgent.
Yeah, very. In a way, yeah. We were attacked last night.
That's okay. I can close the distance and get back to my captain's ship faster than others. Especially since our ship's load will be lightened. As you watch as he kind of snaps his fingers, and you see a gangplank being brought down. Do you need more muscle, or do you need some people that are more agile?
Both?
I gotta ask Barnabas for that. I don't know
Yeah.
ship junk.
We need to get a hold of the captain, because we don't know ship shit.
He will go up into the captain's quarters, and I assume you guys,
Barnabas' leg.
yeah, see Barnabas's leg, and he's just like, he just kind of goes, this bad luck, my friend. My condolences for your situation, but alas, the world unfortunately needs to go on, and I can understand you are in need of a crew. Well, I do have some people that are willing to work with you. I just need to know if you need more muscle or more agile. And I'll say for the sake of brevity that, like, basically they have a conversation. He is going to leave about 6 Hadausi for you guys, so like faster working hands, and ones that people who can glide. And he does offer up he offers up 2 other members of his crew, which are a bit more bulky. As you do see 2 of these, like purple-skinned elves. They seem a bit like, kind of like, you know what I'm talking about, like the ship hands, like the thick sailor muscles. These individuals are more than capable of helping you in your time of need. They are loyal, however, they are loyal to the Star Thriller pirates. If you cause any issues for them, or ones that may come in conflict with our captain, then you may see some issues with you will notice that they will not aid you or assist you. Otherwise, they will be more than happy to help.
Thank you.
Absolutely, my friends. I feel it is only natural that I come and help you myself. I mean, I did say you are all friends of the Star Thriller pirates, and quite frankly, if I did not come to help you myself, I mean, what kind of friend would I be? That being said, however, with your situation remedied and you're able to start moving once more, I will leave you all be to handle your situation to your heart's content, as I need to make my way to the channels of Atolvor. Apparently, they've been dealing with a pirate issue of their own.
Oh boy.
Indeed, apparently the Earthrend pirates were trying to transport a runic beast from what is that country called? Sindis.
Oi.
Don't worry. Apparently, a small group of adventurers have taken care of that problem.
Well, nice to hear other people are actually off of their asses.
Out of characters, that was the
that was the one shot I ran for my IRL friends.
Oh, cool.
They were the first ones who got to experience Atolvor, and yeah, no, there was a runic bat that it's a homebrew creature I made.
Ah, interesting.
Inspired by those damn bats from fucking Fallout 76. You guys know the ones, those fucking bat monsters that can shoot shot like sonic screams.
I don't know.
It's the fun.
No, I never played it, but I knew what you were referring to.
76 is not a great game, but it was very fun for monster hunting. But anyways, not the point. Either way, it was good. It is good that we clear the air with them to make sure that it is okay for our captain to come into the channels. We don't want a bad reputation for the Star Thrillers. But
Yeah, I get you.
that being said, however, I would be remiss not to say to aid potential allies of the Star Thrillers. I mean, you all seem very nice and capable people. But I must bid you adieu, and
Farewell.
as we must keep moving.
Understandable.
You watch as he goes to the edge of the ship as the gangplank gets taken down, and you watch as he like teleports back to his ship. Au revoir. And he just like disappears, and very quickly the ship. Oh,
What language was that, do you think?
I don't know. Again,
Sounded like it was the same thing Alosa would say.
yes.
pretty.
They do seem to have a strong Oshanian accent. Maybe they
Oh,
maybe they spoke
What
with.
did you say?
Everything good, Tiny?
yeah.
That was weird. Like,
Yeah, hearing you just say call or something.
It's fine.
All right.
maybe they might have met somebody from my people, or maybe even just spoke with us before. I mean, if they're pirates, maybe they met some of our naval companions.
Would make sense.
They probably weren't able to set foot on Oshana, but they probably have met some of us.
Yeah,
Maybe, I
makes
guess.
as much sense as anything else.
But with that being said, now you guys have a crew. The ship can keep moving. And I will say, these next couple of days, as far as my route goes, you do not seem to be coming across anything major. So I would just like, I'm gonna go ahead and give us a little bit, not much of a time skip, but a little bit of a time skip. Is there anything you guys would like to work on for the next 4 days as you guys are traveling?
Keep buying in the air.
A lot of projects.
A lot of projects? Okay.
Yeah, Blue's going down and just focusing his time on helping Henrik,
So focusing time.
giving him inspiration, fortune's favor, junk like that.
Absolutely. So you're gonna focus on giving, essentially helping Henrik with his projects.
Yeah, giving him all the boost I can.
Absolutely. Is there?
Oh, you said training point stack?
But I say training points.
3.
Yeah, you can get up to 3 training points.
Yeah, you know what? I will do another day of training it. 2 more days of training.
Absolutely. You can easily do that and be able to get those points in. Dan. Oh, go ahead.
Oh.
No, go ahead.
Could I carve rings out of the hag's bones?
I mean, yeah, you could.
All right. Yeah, because I did carve some rings out of some of the bones. Just like 3.
Absolutely. I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll me. This is going to be a dexterity check.
Okay, doke. Oh, nice. Oh, clicking the wrong thing. No, not the saving throw. Brain working with me. There we go. 16.
16. It takes your time. You're not really. The thing is that you're not really particularly trained in like making jewelry, but like getting the ring size down with time, like, and filing, you're able to craft some rings. But it's like I said, it's gonna take you some time.
Oh yeah, definitely understand. I could picture it taking a day to carve 3 or 4 rings out of all of them.
Yeah, as you're basically dedicating the whole day to doing it.
Yeah. So 3 rings in the hat, 3 hag rings. I'll
Yes.
just put. Cool. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Dame, is there anything specific you want to be working on in these like next 3 to 4 days aside from like
Mm,
just flying
not-
with?
Yeah, pretty much. Nothing in particular. Just keeping Vine limber.
It basically like running courses, maybe doing some drills for yourself.
Yeah, give a bit of show to the crew.
Practice your movements. Show them why you're a fighter.
Yep.
Absolutely. That being said,
I
Henrik.
swore I put the. Sorry.
No, you're good, Henrik. Like I wanted to save you for last, Irma, because I know that you're going to be wanting to work on projects the entire time. So let's go ahead and start off with day 4. What specifically would you be focusing
that
on?
I wrote that down.
So we're gonna keep working on the same thing as yesterday,
All right.
which is the shield and the crystal.
I swear that I wrote that down.
Describe.
Okay. We'll go keep working on the anti-scry and working on the shield.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have you maxed up, Perma. You are coming in very quiet.
I apologize. Oh, never mind. I'll wait till Henrik's done.
But that being said, there, Herma, we'll start off. Why don't I go ahead and start you off by rolling me a. This is gonna just be a Tinkerer's check.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting bardic inspiration and fortune's favor, and enhanced ability.
I will say though, Tiny, if you're gonna keep using enhanceability and stuff, I'm just assuming you're just using the spell slots so that he could keep it up through the day.
Yes.
Because enhanceability only lasts an hour.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I just
He's staying down there, just pumping him full of buffs.
So the first one's a 40.
But I say with the Tinkerer's check, you're easily able to design a flap specifically, like the metal flap specifically to cover the Fomorian eye. It's a bit crude. You know that with a little bit of time you can probably make it look cleaner. But as far as practical goes, it is pretty much done. Now,
Okay.
well, with those high of checks, it's kind of hard for you to fail.
Yeah.
But I say, now I need you to go ahead and roll me. This is going to be an Arcana check.
Okay. Ah,
That's a natural 20 right there.
we'll flash review music for 46. Why not?
Why not? You know, you're here. You are working and working and working, and you start looking at the designs on these clothes that basically, like that Blue pointed out, that seem to conceal magic. And there is one thing. There are two things you note. One, like, come on, guys. The workmanship on this is crude. It's not great. You easily could have carved runes better than this. But you do notice something. The second part that you notice that this is kind of genius. Runes are very difficult to carve into other things other than like stone. Like carving into stone and into metals is so much easier, and it makes it like it basically less chance of folds, less chance of the runes getting covered, less chance of like difficulties on a flat surface. But the way these runes are like ebbed into the leather, it's almost as if the moment the leather folds, it's almost as if the runes slightly change every time they fold. Like basically, it's almost like it's compensating if the person has to stealth and move.
Oh, baby, where are you going?
Jesus.
My cat fell on her face.
Oh.
Dumb fucking cat.
It was adorable, but stupid.
It's like, aw, you're dumb, and I love you. That's how I feel about my cats. But anyways, like Henrik, you would know that it's like, as much as you would hate to admit it, like even though they're a bunch of criminals and assholes, this is very clever work. And honestly, the more you look at it, the more you're like, wait a minute. And you kind of start drawing out how you were designing your runes specifically for covering this, and mixing and like taking some of the designs from their runes that prevent the magic from detecting, and you're just like, I can make a hybrid version of this. And you get the sense that if this thing is strong enough to detect magic on a close range, if you mix it in with some of your runes that would protect it from like a stronger power source, you could easily create something that would prevent it from being scryed upon. And that would, with a 45, you are able to create a hybrided version. Sorry. But I say you would be able to you're able to create a hybrided version of these two, like essentially hidden, a bit like hidden, like a less magically detectable ruins.
Excuse me, just 1 second. Wanderer, can you stop breathing into your mic?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't.
It's okay,
It's
buddy.
like, during this entire speech, like,
I'm very sorry. I did not realize.
It's okay, buddy. It happens.
fine.
But with that high of a check, you're able to create a rune that should be able to hide this thing from being detected.
I do.
Now it's just
Okay.
going to come down to the implementing of mixing this into the prismatic.
Mm-hmm.
So which goes into day 5.
Day 5. Let's see. So we got 3 more days, including this one.
Yes.
How selfish am I?
I don't know. How selfish are you?
Tiny roll.
I have never gotten anything from you ever at all.
I still don't have things to give you. I'm sorry.
I'm
He
sad.
hasn't. You haven't really talked to him once.
Also true.
Also, he's racist. Anyways,
Also, he's racist.
Tiny roll a d2.
Me too. Oh boy, just asking Blue to flip a coin.
You're
I flipped the coin of the mantis.
Oh. Okay. A safe option it is. So he's going to
Well-
continue working on the anti-scry, and he's going
You-
to start working on the eyepiece with a Fomorian eye.
You could tell Blue what the non-safe option is.
Nah, it's better to leave it up to chance.
Alrighty. In that case, let's go ahead and start off with the Tinkerer's check for the Fomorian eye.
Okay. Oh, 30.
30. But I say easily done. At this point, it was more along the lines of taking out any chance that like the mechanism might jam or preventing the flaps from opening properly. With this, you successfully finish you put in the finishing touches. The shield not only works perfectly, but the actual design is very pleasing to the eye. All puns intended, by the way.
Okay.
So basically, Herma, you have successfully created a Fomorian shield. But you, as the creator, you do technically have a right to name it.
I'll save the name for later.
Absolutely.
Okay. And now Arcana.
Yep, this would be an Arcana check.
Okay. Flasher's Genius 42.
42. You start you start to carve the divine runes, like these anti-scrying, detectable like runes onto the Hellspire gem. It is taking time, as you know that this thing has to be attached to the prismatic as a power source, and you start to carve it in. And it does take pretty much all day to like be able to do this properly. I cannot preface this enough. You basically are staying up for about 14 hours straight working on this, outside of working on the shield.
Mm-hmm.
And after a very, very long day, blue.
Ah,
You look at the Hellspire gem, and normally, like, it would burn your eyes to stare at. Like, because of how your, like, eyes would work, how your magic eyes work, whenever you get to a very powerful source of magic, it's typically very difficult to look at something like the Hellspire gem, because it radiates magic to the point of, like, it's like a super bright flashlight. Not to mention also, by the way, Henrik would have taken that long to do that because he can't really touch the Hellspire gem.
He just uses his new elemental adaptorm. It's fine.
This is true. Which, by the way, are you choosing to take your prosthetic off and putting that other prosthetic on?
He's had it on since he got.
I figured that was the case, but I just wanted to ask the question.
Yeah, I get it.
But the thing is, Blue, after the last rune is etched in, it's almost like you're detecting a minor enchantment on it now, rather than detecting a major enchantment on it. It went from a bright flashlight to a very, like, low lantern.
alright, you did it. It's still kind of there, but it's like not at all near what it was.
I guess I'll have to do. If I could, I'd make it visible, but I guess that's beyond me for now.
Well, it kind of went from the sun to now a very dim torch.
Good enough, I guess.
And now going into day 5, or is this day 6?
This would be day 6.
Day 6, thank you. What would you like to work on?
So, now that he's finished both of those, he's going to work on the Fomorian Heart.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? He hasn't done alchemy in a while, so Fomorian Heart and the Fey Hag Brain.
Absolutely. So if we're starting with the Fey Hag Brain, I'm going to go ahead and have you do, and this is going to be an alchemy check. So this is going to be intelligence plus proficiency modifier.
Mm-hmm.
All the above.
Blue just opens the door. Poof! You're good now.
Oh,
That's another natural 20 right there.
Oh, okay. So that's a 42.
Flash?
Yeah, why not? I got like 4 of them per day.
Yep, 4 of them per day, so 46. It takes you time, and honestly, this is a process. But the thing is because you worked on that Wish Demon's brain, it's not unfamiliar to you. But at the same time, you know that this is a very volatile substance. You worked with the essence that came from the hag. You know that one wrong move could cause this thing to probably have some pretty massive side effects. So you take your time. You make sure that it's being drained properly. You make sure that the fluids are being run through with the proper chemicals and the various magics necessary to make it work properly. And after a while, you get this weird, like, kind of like clearish potion with almost a vibrant pink, like, kind of fluctuating through it.
Looks tasty.
Well, I didn't add any bubblegum flavoring, so be cautious.
And Herma, you can write in your inventory that you have a memory potion of a grandmother hag.
Yes.
This another thing I'm drinking?
Later.
Okay.
I mean, I would.
Of course, later. We're busy.
I was about to say above game. I don't think I need to say this, but like Herma, you would know that Henrik would know. This is a very volatile potion, similar to how the last potion was. There could be some pretty negative side effects if not all the precautions aren't taken.
Yeah.
I think it goes.
Same prep as last time.
Yeah, I mean, it goes without saying, but I figured worth mentioning.
Now for the Fomorian Heart.
All right. And did you make a decision what specifically you want to do with the Fomorian heart?
You didn't give me any options. You
Did I not? I
just
thought I
had
gave.
an effect.
I gave you options for that.
Whenever I tried to see what the potion could do, I did not detect any effects. You just gave me unknown effects.
Oh
Like, I
yeah,
wouldn't know
that's
what it did.
right. I apologize. I do have it right here. Basically, I guess I'll ask the question: are you going to try to turn it into a potion, or would you like to try to affect it to try to see what you could do to a magic item?
We're gonna go potion.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and roll me an alchemy check.
Another thing we'll never drink. Yeah.
Okay. Flash of Genius 43.
43. Alrighty. Let us say pulling up my notes specific so I can tell you the specific of things that this will do. Do. Got to go into my list of body parts, which is something I never thought I'd say.
You knew you were just gonna say it eventually.
It's
Don't
true.
dare.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Do. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Let's see here. Hag parts. Fomorian parts. There we go. With that high of a check, you did bypass pretty much all difficulty that would come with this. Because this potion would have been different depending on, like, how successful you were.
Mm-hmm.
But because you reached maximum successful. But Henrik, as you kind of finish up the potion, you see that it's compiled of like. This potion seems to have a green, red, and blue color as it kind of swirls through it. And after a while, like you kind of like run like a good alchemist, you basically start compiling like statistics on the effects, magical effects that would come off of this. And this is a potion, and I will DM you what this potion is.
Okay.
Just because I feel like this is something that you should know first. And that is the potion that you have created.
Oh.
Yeah, you rolled really high, and this could have had negative side effects. Little fun fact, if you would have rolled a -1, this would have exploded, and everybody within 30 feet would have needed to make a freaking, would have made a constitution saving throw.
It's impossible here to roll -1.
No, natural one, not -1.
Oh, natural one.
Yep.
Not bad.
It's all good. If you would have rolled a natural 1, it would have caused a massive polymorph effect.
Oh.
That's not fun. Well, it is fun, but not right now.
Yeah, not right now. Not to mention the fact that it would be random what you guys would turn into. I'd have to roll for it.
Okay. That's
yeah.
fine. That's not gonna know what it is.
I figured that this would be something you would probably want to know and work with, and as you want. It is a useful item, though.
Yep. Keeping to myself.
Alrighty. So that concludes day number 6 for you.
All right, day number 7.
Day number 7.
Let's see here. What kind of armor had the anti-detection on it?
It seemed to be just a standard leather armor.
Just standard leather? Okay. So in that case... So let's just focus the entirety of the day for selfishness.
Okay.
We're going to make an eyepiece out of the Morian eye for me.
Ooh. Alrighty, so you're gonna turn that Fomorian eye into an eyepiece?
Yes.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me a Tinkerer's check.
$41.
41? Absolutely. Remind me, did I give you the statistics of what the eyepiece would do?
No.
No? Okay. Then I do have, I better say, I just couldn't remember if I gave you that information or not. It doesn't take you that much to be able to form the piece. But I guess I'll ask for design wise. Is this going to be more like a Mad Eye Moody kind of eyepiece, or is this going to be more like a kind of like more like eye patch style?
Hold on. So I'm thinking it's going to be like an attachment to his monocle of the Archivist.
Absolutely.
So like you can just like slide it up and be like, flash on, and then paparazzi people.
Absolutely. Let me pull up my notes. I actually had this in a notebook because I knew that there was a possibility you were going to go this route. These are not the right books. Where did I set the right book? I put it underneath this stuff. Why did I do this? I did this to myself. I'm having too much fun. Let's see here. Here we go. Alrighty. So with that, you would have the similar to how it would work for, similar to how your Archivist Eye works. Because you added this affinity in with the amount high you rolled, you can now add to your Archivist monocle that you can now activate True Sight once per day through it.
All right.
So for 1 hour every day, you can literally you can mutter a specific word or give it a tap, and it will trigger True Sight through one eye.
All right. That works.
It is a useful thing. You did, in my opinion, I think you got the better version, but I guess the other version would be arguable.
I don't need more damage.
Absolutely. This gives you more of a utility.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and now we're going into day 8, which you guys are very close to like by the end of this day, you guys would start to see the islands in the distance as you're getting ever closer.
I think we know what time it is.
Oh.
Insert the Hellspire crystal into the gun.
Okay. I'm going to need you to go ahead and roll me a Tinkerer's check.
Flash of Genius 44.
44? Alrighty. You are very careful. You know working with something of this power could come with some pretty dangerous consequences. And attaching it to the prismatic is a very dangerous thing to do, so you are taking every precaution to work on this. And upon inserting into this, you do start to see a bit of hellfire like start to encircle it, kind of like a what would be a good example of this? It's kind of like the curse mark on like any of the sound ninja for Naruto. Like the moment they activate their curse mark, it's almost like tries to trigger outwards. But as it does it, you watch as your the runes you designed on the Hellspire gem start to flicker, and you watch as like a kind of a seal goes around it, preventing it from spreading. And Herma, we're going to have to talk about specifically what the Hellspire gem is going to do to the prismatic. Because this one might be a bit of a conversation between the two of us.
Just the two of us.
We can make it if we try, just the two of us.
I tried so fucking hard.
But yeah, this is going to be a bit of a conjoined effort between me and you, since this is your project. No matter what, this is going to give the prismatic a power boost because you put a devil's artifact inside of it. But it could give the prismatic a couple of abilities, and figured this would probably be more fun of a conversation if we collaborate together.
Right.
That way if you don't like an idea, we can pitch some ideas to each other.
I just gotta say real quick.
Oh.
I love that it's like a conglomeration of everything that's not celestial. It's
I
got
know,
fey
right?
Parts, it's got abyssal parts and devil parts in it.
I just like to imagine this thing has like a built-in like little like jar that holds like abyssal essence. There's like a freaking heart of a fey creature just like just pulsing on the outside, and now you just put a gemma that's like sizzling hellfire.
Yeah, it's like the most hodgepodge. Item. It's probably cursed by the Celestials. Like the Celestials probably hate this thing.
Oh yeah, no, this is probably going to be one of those things where it's like, look what man can do, and the gods are like, look what man can do.
It's
Look
like
at-
I will bring the return of the Age of the Magi.
Take a look at this new life hack. Celestials hate it.
Celestials hate it. Good God.
They thought Manus was too strong.
They thought Manus was too strong, but I say not powerful enough. Oh,
He
God.
was just the beginning.
Don't quote the rules to me. I was there when they were written. No, but to say, the thing is that after this, it's gonna be really hard to upgrade the prismatic any further.
Without it exploding.
Yeah, without it exploding, because
Disgusting.
you are putting so much magic into this thing. If you keep loading it, it will actually, like, there'll be higher percentage chances of it just fucking being destroyed. But the thing is that I mean, theoretically, Tiny, I mean, that's an argument. That would be like I said, this'll have to be like a we'll have to have a conversation, Herma, and just like debate on like the full effects, so that way we can make this fun for you.
Yeah.
I got some ideas, and I'll pitch them your way, and you can tell me what you think. You could or if you have ideas, you can pitch them my way. We can collab together for this.
Right.
Just because this is your baby.
It is my baby. I spent so much resources on this.
It is a very fucking powerful baby that's powered by a fucking essence of a demon, a grandmother hex heart, and a fucking item that powers a hell machine. Powered by everything but celestial. Literally, like, the only thing that this thing is missing, aside from something celestial, is something undead. Like,
Yeah, but like that doesn't really count, right?
no, not really. But I mean, like, technically, if you had
But
my one
You
fear.
know what I really do want to add to it.
Oh,
something from the astral plane.
Oh God! So adding some kind of star magic to it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Jesus criminy! Don't forget, it got a boost from the power in the ship. This is true. It did. Right now, his prismatic is overcharged. The moment that thing fires, it is going to be fucking terrifying. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Next time it does double damage. Yep, basically.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
God, if
Horror.
if Herma crits with the prismatic next time, it is going to be like it is just going like you're just gonna see a goopy mess all over.
Yeah, no doubt.
And you know it's gonna be especially fun if I get like my necro bullet with the light shot.
I mean, yeah, if you crit with the light shot and oh God, oh, you're right now,
Yeah,
right
yikes.
now, Henrik is disgusting.
And I'm an artificer. I'm not even a fighter.
Nope, you're not a fighter, but goddamn, you're a
You
fighter.
know who is a fighter?
Filming, right?
Yeah, Philman. You should buff up Philman.
I mean, I mean, Philman has a mechanical arm with shoes of a claws on it.
Yeah.
Philman is doing pretty good.
Would I have time to work on something else?
I would say going into the next day would be you guys get close to the island. So if there's any, and I will say this as your dungeon master, is there anything else you guys would like to do on the ship before you guys go to Oshana?
There is a simple task that Kazir might want.
You know,
Ask.
could I have worked on anything the previous day whenever I was inserting the crystal without it taking all day?
I would have said that I would say that you probably could have gotten started on something, but you could probably finish it early in the day, the next day.
Then I'm going to work on the second choose of a claw to make a magic resistance ring.
Absolutely. You go ahead and roll me a Tinkerer's check. While you're rolling that, Kazir, you want to do something simple?
Oh, it was gonna be one simple question to ask Henrik. Could he possibly make it so that the Dagger of Calling doesn't actually need to be attuned to receive calls from them? Because it kind of makes it a useless feature if it, you know what I mean?
No, makes sense. You basically want to talk. You basically want to talk to your local artificer about basically making it a little bit more handy rather than something
Yeah, because
direct.
I've barely used the call feature, and it's like attunement slots are really hard.
I
and-
will say this, and I will say this if Henrik decides to do that, I will say this: you can remove the attunement feature. However, if you use the calling feature on the dagger, if somebody has the capability to do it, the call can be intercepted.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
The attunement is to guarantee the message goes to the exact person.
Ah, makes sense.
So if you choose, you could choose to do that. It's just if you do use the call feature, you will not be able. There is no guarantee it will make it to exactly who you send it to.
Good to know.
Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, Kazir will ask Henrik about it.
So I think we need to leave it as attunement because simply put, if we take that attuning feature away, it wouldn't guarantee that the message is delivered to the person it's meant to be delivered to.
Well, I mean, that's
Now,
why. What?
granted, it would take some skill to intercept that message, but we're fighting some abyssal avatars that can cast 10th level spells.
That's a fair point. Yeah. I was just figuring that it kinda is useless like this. And maybe it would make it better if they could contact me more directly rather than having to go through Blue every time.
Well,
And
it's
as
convenient
long as we are
over a
careful. Oh, what were you gonna say?
It's convenience over surety.
Yeah. Well, that's the point. That's what I'm trying to do is stop relying on blue. Sorry. Yeah, I understand. I just feel like long as we take the normal precautions of like checking to make sure who it's talking to, who we're talking to when we use it, it should be safe. But if you're really sure that it's a bad idea, then I trust you. Am I going through?
No, you're going through. I heard you.
Yep.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Let me think. How about doing something magical with one of these rings? He holds up the fingers that has the hag rings on.
Are they magical?
Not yet, but
Not
are they?
not inherently. They are, but because they are made out of hag bones, they would be more naturally attunable. Essentially, if Henrik or another artificer wanted to turn them into magic items, they would be a good conduit for it.
Yeah, I need some preparations for it, but it can be done.
Sure.
Be-
Feel free to surprise me with what you could do. Preferably nothing attunable, as those are not really a growing income.
Right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. He gives the rings over to Henrik.
Absolutely. So, Herma, on your character sheet, you can write 3 hag bone rings.
And I will remove those from my inventory.
Alright. And that was a 40. Speaking of rings, 44 for the magic resistor ring.
Absolutely. It literally, after all the shit that you've been working on this week, this is honestly probably the most comfortable you have been working on any project. Cause like, even your alchemy, like you love I assume Henrik loves going back to what he originally studied for, and like loves making potions. But the level of potions that you have been making has been complicated, difficult, and you know that one small miscalculation could have caused ramifications. So working on the magic resistance ring probably feels like a slight vacation for Henrik, as this is a kind of a simpler thing to work on.
Yeah, you just like,
And after you started the night before and in the morning, easily done and successful, you do have a ring of magic resistance.
Now, the next project I'm going to start working on is something akin to this. Whenever we have free time, of course.
Absolutely. Nice. We can talk. Hey, dude, you are a level 15 artificer. Like, this shit is in your wheelhouse.
I will imitate Lothar's self and go into the den of driders.
Motherfucker, I am evolution.
I do have a drider you could study.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, true.
Like, not to give ideas or anything like that. Herma, you're a level 15 artificer. The world is kind of your oyster as far as technology goes. As long as you can logically explain to me how you get to the conclusions you do, and are willing to put in the effort to get the items that you're going to need to make it work, we can talk.
Yeah, as long as we have downtime.
Exactly, which right at this moment, unfortunately, you guys are getting to Oshana, and the time of that downtime is probably coming to an end for a bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
But at the
Getting
same,
there this day or next day?
I will say you guys would be pulling up to the shore on this day if you guys choose to let them go to the shore.
Now we're holding the ship hostage.
No, you're not allowed. Well,
I want my downtime.
Well, basically, Barnabas would be asking the question if you guys would like them to go to the shore, or would you guys prefer them being a little ways from shore and letting you guys take a boat to go to go to the island.
Probably the
If
boat to the
he's-
island because, yeah.
Well-
we know that they are skittish. Not. We know that there's danger there with big ships and lots of people.
Well,
from my understanding, I mean.
Well, let me put it this way. You guys have gotten close to the island, and like Alosa is fully prepared to she's been on the deck all morning because of the fact that she was fully prepared to have to be flagged down. There are no ships around at all.
Yeah, there's kind of, an aboleth somewhere in the water.
So are you having them come to?
I prefer us getting, to the shore, since small boat is kind of a target for an aboleth.
True.
That is-
Speaking of that, Blue's looking in the water and looking all around.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay. Bless you.
Thank you.
In fact, if anybody would like to make a
Wow.
perception check, you certainly can.
Oh, I'll definitely make a perception check.
Yeah, I'll join in on that perception check. Could I get advantage because of Vine?
With Bind, yeah, because you would have a bird's eye view.
Haha, no, I'd have a horse eye view.
Aha!
Either way, it's 11.
Oh, stray.
Damn it! Oh wait, you know what? Point of lucky.
Yeah, you can use the point of lucky.
I've got a few of them.
That's a 21?
20.
Oh, 20.
Yeah, 21.
21.
21.
And
That's
normally,
close.
what the?
You got a 22 on a nat 1? Pardon you?
Yeah, he has, at level 11 rogue, you have reliable talent, where basically if you roll under a 9, it automatically becomes technically it becomes a 10.
Unless you roll an at 1.
Unless you roll an
Yeah.
at 1, which in this case...
Which is why I rolled that. Normally I wouldn't have, but that one, yeah, I can tell that would be a bad idea. to leave it.
Truly bonkers.
High level rogues, man. High level
26.
rogues, man. Like me and Stray have been talking about Kazir getting to this level for a while.
Yeah.
Kazir is a nightmare for a lot of stuff that I have planned. But that being said, however, 26, 21 or 20 for Blue.
21.
20, and a 11 for Belwraith.
Yeah, well,
Oh, sorry, Belwraith.
not
God damn it.
Belwraith.
Damn.
Belwraith isn't here.
Yeah, Belwraith. Perception check for Belwraith. He is currently perceiving documents as he is currently. I assume he's probably chasing some trails.
I think he'd be looking into the plague, the star plague or whatever it was called.
Oh, absolutely.
He'd be looking into that a little bit as well. He'd be. That's something we actually have to talk about in private.
Yep.
If I can snag you after session,
For a
because
bit.
I just thought of something that he'd be wanting to do.
Absolutely. You could snag me for a bit, but not too long, because I do have to.
Oh, for sure.
I gotta get some stuff
It'll
prepped.
probably be a mere 3 to 4 hours.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Let's say. Oh my God! Yes, please. I love it.
I mean,
And of course,
it
it's a
was
Doom
made
gun.
out of. Yeah, it was made out of a demon thing to start with, so.
I
It
mean,
looks like a bug.
Yes, it does.
I mean, yeah.
I want to shoot it.
But with your guys' perception checks,
God, someday I need to get my act together and do that.
it's all good, man. It's all good.
Sorry.
For those who rolled,
Thinking out loud.
for all those who rolled underneath a 20, it is. I mean, it's calm. You don't see any dangers or anything like that. It's very much just kind of a calm shoreline.
Could I actually fly ahead and scout to make sure.
Absolutely.
I know I rolled low, but this is also just what
Oh
character
yeah,
would do. He has-
Bine can get closer to the island.
Yeah, it's this is not me trying to skirt around a low roll. I promise.
You are perfectly fine, my dude. For those who rolled above a 20, you also don't notice anything, but that's actually very weird. I mean, the thing is that Alosa told you that this place typically has a pretty strong naval presence. This place is eerily quiet. And as you get as the ship gets closer and closer to the island, for both Blue and for Kazir, there's a feeling in your almost in your stomach that something's wrong. Very wrong. But
this is definitely not right. That's all he was gonna say. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, again.
No, you're good.
Is Blue seeing any magic?
No. No magic. And again, that almost frightens you more.
This place is supposed to be covered in magic.
But for Dame and Bine, as you get to the island, since you guys are the first ones to get there, as you get to the land, I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
All of us?
Well,
or
do I
just
have to?
Blue?
Yes.
Just me.
Just you.
What if I told you natural 1?
Dame, you kind of start to feel a headache as you get to the land. You just almost like an irritation in the back of your head. Nothing seems to happen or anything like that, but you feel it's just that's weird. Okay. You kind of shake your head a little bit. But as you get to the island, you kind of look ahead. And hold on, let me pull up my map of.
Would I need to roll a save for Bine as well?
No. Bine fails automatically.
Oh, good.
Oh shit.
Why does Bine auto fail? Why do you want to kill my animal?
Well, because I feel like.
I haven't even been able to use them in combat yet.
Well, everybody.
Because the first chance that I had, you tranquilized him.
Well, to be fair. And
then you tranquilized me, so...
I mean, listen, you were right there,
That's fair. That's fair. I am submissive and tranquilable.
They saw an opportunity and they took it, Where did I put...
Shut up.
Where...
I know what you were saying. Shut up.
I was waiting for someone to react.
Where did I... Oh, I set it over there. God damn it. Hold on, guys.
No. What am I holding on to?
It's things and stuff.
Things and stuff. Okay.
Hold on. Sorry, I had to reach over to where my book on Celtic mythology and Greek mythology was.
Oh, of course. Everyone has one of those.
Oh, when you're a myth, when you like myths and legends and lores and stuff like that.
Completely, yeah.
Dude, my favorite,
If you don't have one, you're not really into it.
The thing is that I specifically love Celtic mythology and all that stuff. My favorite goddess ever is the Morrigan.
Cool.
If you're ever curious, the Morrigan is a very interesting goddess. It's basically 3 sister gods all in one.
Oh, so like the Fates, or like the Fates from Nordic mythology.
Kind of, except for rather than them all being individual beings, they all share one body, and each of them, the person who controls the body changes.
Okay, so it's like the Fates, but it's the eye.
Kind of, yeah.
Makes sense.
Also, if you
Or like DID.
also if you like books about like fun books about like fantasy books about like mythology and stuff like that, intercoursing with the natural day, look up the stories of the immortal Nicholas Flamel. Great book series. But as you guys get close to the coast, you guys better say from a distance, Dame,
I'm-
because you're up in the
Yeah.
because you're up in the air, you can see a city, but it is a distance away.
With that headache coming in, I'd probably go into land.
Absolutely. As you
Except,
go ahead.
sorry. No, I was just going to take a guess that Bane won't let you.
No,
Anyways,
Bine will do as commanded, and
Fine.
we'll go to back to the ground.
okay.
It's all good. Hey, there's nothing wrong with theorizing.
Is that all this is? Just a headache, or
It just seems to be a headache.
okay?
Now.
Do I have a sending stone to blue? I can't remember.
You do.
I do. I'll tell him. I'll pick up that sending stone and tell him. Me and Bine saw a city from the air, but the second that we got over the land, I know I got a headache. And would I know if Bine is feeling anything?
No, as far as you can tell, Bine seems to be just fine.
It seems like it's just me. Bine looks okay.
Cool.
Just not sure what to think about it. It's a little bit too coincidental.
With sir.
Alrighty. And as you're talking with him, the ship would come into land. All right.
Winner.
Yes.
Would that ring any bells in Blue's head since Blue's been to their pretty much home base in Beckland?
Go ahead and
Or not?
go. I mean, I would say you can go ahead and roll me an Arcana check because I mean, you understand some of the stuff that they're like dealing with.
16. T's and Arcana. Plus 13. No, it'd be been intellect. So it'd be 16. 32.
32. You recollect to your knowledge of the Neo-Naga, and you think back to like your knowledge of the Aboleth. And the thing is like, you know, a part of you like remembers like studying the Aboleth and how, you know, there are typically like psionic powers that come with the Aboleth, but you have to be pretty damn close to their lair in order for that to work. So you get the sense it's probably not the Aboleth. Maybe something else? Maybe there's an effect that the land does. The problem is that a headache, it's too broad. And the other problem is the fact that you're not detecting any magic.
Alosa,
Yes.
okay, first off, is there any effect to this land that when you get to it, it messes with your head and gives you a headache?
No, it shouldn't.
Okay, that's not good. Second, you said that this place was, like, covered in a magic field, right?
Yes, it's my people specifically discovered that there is some kind of anti-teleportation effect on this land. Apparently, the remnant of effect of a facility being destroyed during the Age of the Magi.
There's nothing here.
That's, I mean, its power would probably be more from the epicenter. Plus, also, the anti-teleportation would probably be something more akin to the ground.
Blue's just gonna kind of look over the ship.
As you look over the ship and you look at the ground, because detect magic does have a range. As you look down at the ground, you see a very powerful magical effect coming from the ground.
There it is. Just expected something to be in the air, but there's nothing.
No, the magic effect permeates any person who casts on the island. I mean, you can't teleport from the air, so which means that that wouldn't be a problem. It's the issue is that if you try to cast maybe this will show you. And you watch as she starts to conjure the magic for Dimension Door. She does not cast it. She starts to like conjure the magic for it, and Blue, you watch as that magic from the ground like starts to leach up towards her, almost like it almost looks like an amorphous hand just like trying to like reach at her. But the moment she lets the spell go, the magic just kind of like falls back to the ground.
Interesting.
Henrik's going to activate his true sight.
Absolutely. Henrik, as you activate True Sight, what you see is kind of disgusting. You see, like, because the True Sight lets you see into the astral plane, you almost see, like, husks of bodies melted together, like, it almost looks like mold with symbols of stars. And the bodies seem amorphous, like almost like leeches, like wraiths. Basically, like you ever see? Oh God, what is it? The Russian sleep experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember the fucking body that looks like the guy who looks like he hasn't slept in like fucking weeks and looks manic and crazy. That's what these husks look like. But they're like almost molded to the ground. The only time they seem to be able to reach out was when Alosa was trying to cast a teleportation spell. You get the sense that these things were trying to like pull her in.
So, what are those? Like, bound souls?
I mean, the problem is no one really knows what they are. These, according to what we know, supposedly the leaders of the council members who run Oshana, they know a little bit about the situation. I never really learned any of it, but supposedly they became one with creatures known as Star Spawn. But either way, we should move forward if we want to make progress. And you watch as Alosa lets her wings out, and she kind of just floats herself down to the island.
Would I get a response from Blue?
Yes. It might be something with the Neo-Naga or just a part of the land. It shouldn't be the aboleth, but can't mark it out.
Alright, do you want me to sit tight or scout around a little bit?
Sit tight. Keep with the group.
Alright, we won't go far.
Pizza? Isn't
The Neo-Naga has a bunch of mental effects, so last time I saw them they had an entire town under their grasp, and they've just gotten stronger.
You wouldn't get a response from them.
Oh, and it's also snowing outside.
Is it snowing outside already?
Completely.
Oh goody. Yeah, start of the 3 to 16 inches we're supposed to get in the next 3 days.
The worst part, it's not heavy snow.
It's just light snow right now.
It's going to be light snow. It's not supposed to be heavy snow.
Yeah, it'll be great.
So guess what?
Whiteout conditions.
It'll be blowing.
Yep, 40 miles an hour. It's gonna be great. My next 3 days are gonna be fun.
Yeah, I bet.
On the bright side, if I'm home, I'll probably be streaming.
Hooray.
Hooray! So,
If you have power,
If I have power, which I mean, like Minnesota's built for this stuff, so we should be okay.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, if something does happen, I already have stuff planned ahead of time to just entertain myself. Probably work on some D&D stuff.
Makes sense.
But I will ask this: do you guys get off the ship?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's
Regretfully, against out of character's judgment, there's no reason for him not to.
correct. I would like each of you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Good thing I have all kinds of stuff to help me out. Wisdom saving throw, you said?
Yep.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a point of lucky.
Use a point of lucky.
Yeah, that's just. I
Absolutely.
can tell that's gonna be a bad one.
Absolutely.
16.
That is a failure.
Oh shit.
Damn. Well, you certainly got closer.
Kazir and Henrik and Baloo, you all three start to feel headaches in your mind.
Fuck.
It's
I'd say Gasper. Thank you.
Luke got. Wait, why did it roll combine them?
because it's two separate
because
rolls.
I didn't roll. Yeah, I just rolled 2.
Oh.
Not with advantage or anything.
17.
17 plus my junk.
Your plus your
That would be
plus your junk.
It's a 20.
20 is a failure.
Wow. Well, now I don't feel too bad about failing it.
Yet somehow Alosa succeeded.
Yay, Alyssa.
Well, she also is a wisdom caster, so it makes sense.
Yeah, completely.
I say she has a plus 10 to wisdom saves, so
Wait, you're gonna about to end the session, aren't you?
as you guys go into the island, you start to feel that headache in the back of your minds, not knowing what this land has set before you.
Yeah, he is.
That is where we're going to end tonight's session.
I knew it.
That's great.
I mean, this is a good stopping point. Like, you guys are just getting to the island, and you guys are about to.
Yeah, but you're getting predictable, man.
Aw. Oh, you know what? I'll just.
No,
Have
it's
to...
fine.
That's okay. I'll just have to step up my game.
Oops, tree falls, bind dies.
Oh no!
No.
No, unfortunately. By the by, Wanderer. I'm sorry. Bind just has such a low wisdom score. There's no way he can make it.
Yeah. I don't even know how to calculate what a save modifier is, so.
I mean, it would be the monster stat, and it would be plus his bonus. He doesn't have proficiency in wisdom saves.
Mm.
So for a hippogriff specifically, which would be on page
It's a wisdom save of plus 97.
184.
I have it sent in your in our DMs.
I do. You do, but I also have the book right here.
Oh, wait, no, I never technically resummoned her. Oops.
I mean, I would argue we'd have the time to resummon her.
Wisdom? It's a plus 1.
It's a plus 1.
Would she have failed?
But as an imp?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
You know what? Let me try.
Yeah, why
Let
not?
me try for Bind.
Why not? Go ahead.
So we have plus 1.
Should I roll
D20.
Let me pull up.
Yeah, no, he fails too.
Hold on 1 second.
I mean, like, the worst thing that happens is that it stays the same, you know?
Wisdom, but I say they have a wisdom save of plus 1. The thing is that he would not get resistance because this is because of the fact that this is not magic.
Makes sense.
It's meth.
Yeah, it's math, guys. Come on. About 100.
You're resisting addiction.
About 182 grams worth of meth.
Man, can I roll for her?
Yeah, you could roll.
Just because.
Yeah, you could roll.
Oof, 13.
No.
Yeah, she didn't. Figured I'd try to just see.
Never hurts to try. Yeah, I can understand. But no. But I guess I can roll for Philman and Karik real fast. Both of them is a failure.
Anyways.
Both of them is a failure. I'm going to roll for Bimp. which is a massive failure. Knackle's immune. And I will save Garnan's role for Walf when we get him next week.
Makes sense.
The funny thing is, like, Knackle's immune.
Yeah, at least some of us saved.
Yeah, but I mean, if Knackle had to roll, he also has a +10 to a Wisdom saving throw. So even if I had to roll for him, he'd have at least a chance.
Makes sense.
But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Either way, I apologize, guys. I know this was a pretty, like, tame session. But, you know...
No, it's completely fine.
But it was
I
fun.
finally got work done.
This is true. Henrik finally got some time to work and was able to get some stuff taken care of. And now we can start talking about your prismatic. And speaking of, when you get the chance, you should send me the current information for the prismatic, so that way I can give.
Tomorrow?
What's up?
Are you off work tomorrow?
I do work tomorrow, unless I get told I don't work tomorrow.
Well,
Fair.
I am a driver, so if the road conditions are don't travel, I am not allowed to work.
Motherfucker is 26 and still gets snow days.
Thank you so much, Irma. And we can.
Lucky.
I basically just needed for some brainstorming of some ideas, and we can come together and give you, and we can come together. I can tell you what I think. You could tell me what you think, and we can compromise.
All right.
That sound like a plan to you?
Yep.
Absolutely. With that being said, guys, I am going to go ahead and end this stream here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you all stay frosty.